was supposed to do, so who cares? Noticing that this app has a little bit of glitches in it. But I'm gonna wait for some people to get up in here, and then we're gonna go ahead and start this. I might put this, to members only. I was on Twitter earlier today and having some discussions with some people, and it was making me wonder if rap is in a good place right now. That's what I'm wondering right now. Is rap in a good place? So I'm gonna let a couple people get up in here. Like I said, I just wanted to jump on real quick to test some things out. I might start doing a little bit more streams. I mean, I think we're gonna do another stream later this evening. Just want to make sure that's up. But I'm gonna wait before I get started. I just want to see what's on people's minds because, like I said, I was having a discussion about, what hip hop or what's going on in hip hop. Yo, Jake, I see you. Shout out. Let's get this chicken. Yeah, I feel that, man. Yeah, I'm just having a quick conversation with some people. I'm just, like I said, testing some things out. I wanted to show some clips that I saw on Twitter, but they weren't really important. We were just still talking about Doechii, the new rapper, if you've seen her in Paris. As a matter of fact, give me 1 second. I have my other phone that I can show up here. Forgot we could do this. And while I pull this up, I'm going to wait for a few more people to get up in here. But I forgot. I could show it on my other phone. But yeah, well, we're discussing in today's topic. And as a matter of fact, let me put it in the comment section so you guys know what's up. Hold on. Let me see if I can write this right here. Okay. There we go. All right. Yeah, man. I mean, here, let me read that one right there. Okay. So yeah, man. There's this footage of Doechii, who's basically walking through Paris of New York. Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. And she's basically being carried by the paparazzi, right? And everybody's saying like, oh, well, if she was an industry plant, then she wouldn't be able to do this, right? But I'm not saying that she's an industry plant, but what I am saying, though, is that once you get signed to Universal Music, and that's what we're talking about here. We're going to talk about the record industry, okay? We're talking about the record industry. We're talking about Universal Music. We're talking about Drake, as you saw on the thumbnail. You saw J. Cole. You saw, who else? Kendrick, of course. But what I'm wondering is, where is rap music right now? Like, I wanted to do more of a serious talk. This is the one footage of Doechii that's walking by, handing out whatever, like people trying to get her autograph and stuff like that. Let me give it a second to play. But what I said was it really necessary to have her on, what I'm saying, this bodyguard's shoulder being carried through the streets of Paris, pretending like all these people know her? I mean, I get it. Maybe some people know her, but I don't know, man. This to me kind of seems a little staged. I'm thinking that these might have been paid extras, hired people that were sent by the record company to promote her. I already said, and you guys saw my one video, that I don't believe that Doechii deserved the Grammy for Best Rap Album. Like I said in one of my tweets, her whole performance, I mean, she's a good performer. I'll give her that. But her whole album was missing like hip hop elements. She only had like 1 or 2 verses on most of her albums. The beats were subpar to me. As you know, on this channel, Beat Great, we work with a lot of producers. We also got that famous top 10 series of producers. So it's like, come on, man, we listen to producers all day. We listen to music all day. So it's like, we all know that Doechii's beats were just kind of like, But here, I'll go ahead and play it. So it's the video of her walking through the street.
Massage.
Make sure you guys can hear it. And I just like how she's like, you know, being carried. Let me run on that part. How she's being carried on this guy's shoulder, on her security guard's shoulder. It's like she's. I mean, come on, man. As if you walk through the crowd like this with your hand up in the air, of course you're going to get attention. Of course people are going to be like, yo, who is that? Who is that? If you or me were to walk through the streets of Paris on somebody's shoulder waving like, hey, look at me, of course you're going to get people's attention. Yeah, Eric, I agree with you. You absolutely detest celebrities. I hear you, man. I hear you on that. Like, that's exactly what I'm feeling. Let's get some likes going and some more chats going up in here. Like, if you agree, give me a W up in here. Let's get some more likes up in here so we can get the algorithm out there. You know how this stuff works and like get people knowing what's up. But I feel you, man. I mean, times have changed. Like, I think they were even saying this on the Joe Rogan pod. And thank you for the likes coming in. They were even saying this on the Joe Rogan pod, or a few of them, that yeah, times have shifted now to where the internet is, well, it's already been like this, but now I think it's like mainstream knowledge that the internet is more powerful than television, that the news no longer exists. You know, people are no longer watching the news now. Like, everybody from what Elon Musk is saying is going to Twitter. Now, I don't want to make this video too political, but I'm talking about like how it's all connected. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, they have a bunch of people who, like you said, I believe that Doechii got props. Like, let me just play this one more time. I think that she's got props. But, you know, is she really? Is she really all that? Is she really all that? Or is it a little overhyped and a little oversaturated? And then you do the research and then you find out that she's on Universal Music, or somebody tried to say to me, I think he's even a big guy too who came to me on Twitter. I don't know if it was, I forgot who it was, but it was like some dude that's got a pretty big podcast, right? He tried to say, oh, she's not on Universal. I would think with your following and with your amount of people who watch your videos and listen to what you say, I would think that you would know what label these artists are on that you say deserve Grammys. That's the thing that's just so amazing to me, man. And that's why I feel it is also necessary for Beat Grade to do this. Now, maybe this goes off on a different part of YouTube and a different part of the algorithm, but I will say that this is needed in the presence of music and in the presence of the hip hop space, which I will be doing a more thorough video on, that I will drop tomorrow morning. So I hope some of you guys can watch that. I don't know if you guys are coming from the shorts or if you guys are coming from the long form. I mean, as I've been studying the YouTube algorithm, I'm starting to see that there's like the shorts get pushed to a different audience and the long form gets pushed to a different audience. So we'll see if it all connects, but I will be doing a more thorough video on this tomorrow morning. So try to check that out if you can. Eric, let me go ahead and read your comment. Thank you for commenting. You say it's all make-believe. Same formula that's always used to build these Muppets up. Yeah, I agree with that. Difference is the times are increasingly tough and these people are detached from reality. It's becoming satirical. Yeah, man, Eric, I believe you, man. Like, thank you for your comment, man. I was trying to see who's on your picture. I couldn't see if that was Trump or somebody like that. But yeah, hey, that's a great quote, man. I should pin that one. Yeah, man, I completely agree, man. I think that these celebrities are definitely detached. I'm glad you brought that up because that also makes me think about another issue that's going on in the music industry, where that none of these music. Oh yeah, Shane Gills. Yeah, I like Shane Gills. Yeah, he's funny. It's also telling me that, like, if you think about it too, man, there's a lot of serious things that are going on in the world right now. Like, if we really think about it, there's a lot of shit, man. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit that's going on in the music industry. I mean, in the world, I should say. That the music industry and that the movie industry, Hollywood. I didn't really watch the Oscars. I watched a little bit of the Grammys just because I like to kind of keep up what's going on. It's not that I watch it because I really care. I mean, I kind of do care. Like, I'm like, that's kind of the point of this video, is that I don't feel that a celebrity like her should have won the Grammy. But what I really wouldn't get the message out there is that with all the things that are going on, like the wars that are going on, I don't even know if I can even say all these words, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, the wars that's going on the other side of the world. Like, I've been to other countries, okay? I've been to Europe. Believe it or not, as a black man from America, I've been to Ukraine. And, I don't even know if I can even say that word. But I will tell you this, though. Beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful women, beautiful food. But I will tell you this, though. They don't really like black people. I will tell you that. So when people were talking about the war over there, I was thinking to myself, like, should I really put a lot of thought and energy into that, especially because I've been there? But that's not the point that I'm trying to make. The point that I'm trying to make is that there's a lot of things going on in the world. Like, there's war, there's destruction, there's racism, there's homelessness that's going on all over the world, especially in America, that's increasing the price of food. We already know the price of gas, the inflation, all these things that are going on, and nobody, like you said, Eric, of any of these celebrities is talking about this. And that's the point. And I'm not saying that all music and, and art has to be all political or conscious and awakening. But I do think that we need to have some kind of a balance. Whereas right now, it seems like everything that's just being pushed to us is all just a distraction. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all just a distraction. Yeah, you're right, man. Eastern Europe is extremely racist. You want to know what's really racist too? Paris. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you right now. Paris, I thought, was one of the most racist places I went to. If Doechii wasn't famous, they definitely would not be treating her like this in Paris. But I will tell you this, though. It's also another thing that you're walking through the streets, and I don't care wherever this is in the world. If you're walking on the streets on somebody's shoulders, of course you're going to get attention. But yes, you're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. Thank you again, man. Yeah, it's meant to distract you. It's meant to distract the masses. If you look back at the 90s, see, this is why a lot of people can't talk to me about hip hop. I swear, get anybody up here, like some of the people that hate in the comments on my other videos, on the YouTube videos, and I hope you guys subscribe and see what's up. You know what I'm saying? But, we got a hater that came in here. He says, you look like Queen Latifah naked. Hey, Queen Latifah's a beautiful woman, so I don't know what that means. I don't know how to take that, man. Don't let me get into the over pushing of homosexuality in rap music. You know what I also noticed is that it seems like the gay agenda. I don't even know if I could say this, but this is a stream, so who cares? The gay agenda, I feel like, is being pushed more in rap music than in any other culture. And I'm starting to feel like I see an inflection of, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm starting to see an inflection of basically whatever you call it, man, gay rappers. A lot of black people acting gay. You know what I'm saying? But, we can all do whatever we want to do. Okay, so Mark, you're one of the trolls that come in here and do that stuff. You see, it's funny because I have YouTube moderators and I have people who do YouTube for me, and they say that I need to create moderators, or we need to create moderators for people like you. I don't really let you guys bother me, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe I can, here, Eric, maybe I can add you as a moderator so we can put Matt C on timeout. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Matt. I like your comments. Your comments are funny. I like your comments. Sometimes I don't get mad at you guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't even know what that means, man. I don't even know what that means. You must be like 12 years old, dude. You must be like 12 years old. But whatever. I'm going to let that ride. Keep the comments coming in, Mark, so you can keep the algorithm. I actually was going to put you on timeout, but now that I think about it, I should let you keep going so you'll help the algorithm get pushed out there. If you could give me a like too, Mark, that'll be great. You see, that's the point I'm trying to make. We're trying to have a serious discussion, and then we always are going to have a troll that's going to come in and say something to try to distract us from a topic that we need to be on. But we need to be on some realness, man. Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm a grown man, okay? I'm a grown man. And I do a lot of things that a lot of people in my position, I feel, and a lot of people I know, like, that came from the same place as me, ain't doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I told people what I do, and they wouldn't believe me. They wouldn't believe me. Like, you wouldn't believe me, man. If I told you how I'm getting my money and how I'm paying my rent and doing it, like, this is my place, man. I'm in my place right now. Beautiful day outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in my place right now, man. You know, chilling. I mean, I'm working, but I'm doing some other stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm sure we're all working. But I'm telling you right now, man, from the things that I've experienced, I can tell you right now, and I know we've heard other people say this before, but I can tell you right now, man, from the things that I've experienced, I feel like shit is getting crazier, man. I feel like shit is getting crazier. Like, I never remember growing up seeing eggs cost $10 or $20. I don't remember ever going to the grocery store and seeing eggs costing $20, $15. I remember I saw that once and I was like, wait, am I tripping? Not to mention how we just got over the you know, can't say certain words, but we just got over the pandemic. And then, you know, we you know how we all had that toilet paper and all that stuff. What's up, Fazad? Appreciate you, man. You know, we all had that yeah, thank you for coming through, man. Thank you for coming through. I just thought I'd jump on here real quick and just say some stuff. Yeah, Eric, you're right. And it's just the start, bro. Like, if you guys can get some likes going too, keep the likes coming in so we can get this pushed out to the algorithm. Because I tell you right now, man, I feel like I'm about to drop some jewels right now, yo. I feel like I'm always thinking about stuff, but sometimes it's all about like articulating it and getting the message out there correctly. But like I said, man, I mean, yeah, man, it's just the start, yo. It's just the start. And the fact, this is the point that I want to make here. The main point I want to make to y'all, man, is the fact that nobody is really talking about this in the music except for Kendrick Lamar. I will say, he kind of did break it down in the Super Bowl, and that was dope, man. That was the reason why he probably did what he did in the Super Bowl, was because there's nobody else that's really talking about it. But still, though, did you see how much, hold on, let me just skip this real quick. Did you guys see how much that even the fact that when Kendrick does this on the Super Bowl, that it just flew over a bunch of people's heads? I mean, flew over a bunch of people's heads. What up, Thunder Dan Beach? Shout out, man. Good to have you back, fam. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being back up in here. We're just having a discussion on some real hip hop as usual. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you said here, Eric. Matt C, you said that you're living in the end of days like Noah. I mean, that's what it says in the Bible. That's what it says in the Bible. I mean, but if you think about it, man, people have been saying that for a long time. But if you really think about it, check this out. Check this out. This is another point I want to bring up. Dude, there's so much stuff that I can go like deep down and dark into because it's all affected by the music too. Like, look at the women, man. Look at the women. This is the beautiful thing that I love about traveling around the world. You see, now, I didn't want to do too much of a dating coach thing or something like that because this is more of a hip-hop news media channel. But I will say, though, that, man, like, you know, you already got a lot of other people out there talking about this, but look at how the music is and how, especially rap music, like, let's just be honest, rap music is the most influential culture, especially today. It's the most influential culture. So whatever goes on in rap music is definitely going to inspire and influence a lot of people out there, right? And so if you look at majority, and this is why they were talking about Doechii, but Doechii, she does the same thing. I mean, doesn't she run around in her underwear on stage? So, I mean, she does the same thing too. So most of these women are glorifying sex and glorifying their assets, literally, and putting all this out for exposure, right? And like telling people like, hey, check out their sex appeal and check all this out, right? But then how does the majority of the women act in America? Did you guys know that the most people that are filing for divorce are women? Did you know that America is also where is basically, the birth of hip hop is New York City, the Bronx. So America is like a big part of hip hop culture. Okay, but like let's look at the culture of America. The culture of America. Like, you guys can go Google right now the best countries to raise a family. And I believe that from the time that I looked, that America was not even in the top 10 countries of the best places to raise a family. You know what I'm saying? It's not even considered it's not even in the top 10 countries to raise a family. And this is another thing that dawned on me. So you have all these female rappers out here that are talking about how they get their money, they get their man, I got this, I got that, OnlyFans, Cash App, all this stuff, right? This is all in the music. This is what the music is promoting. You know what I'm saying? But you don't hear other men from other countries like Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, especially Australia. You don't hear men, I'm speaking about men in general, from other countries say, oh, I want to go to America to find me a wife. No, man, because they know that it's trash. It's trash out here. Like, Western women are done. And I'm going to do a more thorough video on this, but Western women are somewhat done. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I think that a lot of it has to do with the music, man. I think a lot of it has to do with the music. I think hip hop culture has destroyed women's ego and personalities here. Not just that, but it's also social media. It's also social media. Like, I will tell you guys right now that Instagram is like the worst app to have. That's like one of the worst apps to have now is Instagram. Like, I will tell y'all this, man. If you guys have the guts to, I mean, unless you have like a big following, I get it. Like, if you got like oh, I got like 50,000 to 100,000 plus followers on Instagram, and you're making money off that, you're not gonna delete it. Yeah, RM, thank you for the shout out, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Yeah, bunch of soul sellers. I agree with you on that, man. Let me read some of your comments. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Eric, it's part of the humiliation hazing, and it's also to negatively influence the female character because it wreaks havoc on society. You're absolutely right, man. Hey, man, I hope you're following the channel, man, because you know what's up. One of these days too, man, I got this membership where I'm willing to do like a Q&A with some of you guys that are members. And then, I mean, I might have to do this on a different app, or like my computer, but I would definitely, especially you, Eric, you got some great things to say. I like your feedback. You're making me think of other things too. And I like that. Like, I don't mind like having a conversation with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about, man. I understand the power of YouTube now. The power of YouTube is not necessarily to be famous. The power of YouTube now is to build a community. That's what needs to happen now, man, is to build a community. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me grab something real quick. I'm going to grab that beat real quick. Yeah, man. Bad role models for the young generation of up-and-coming women. Yeah, RM. Shout out to RM. Great comment. I completely agree, man. Not just to the men, not just to the women, but also to the men. The young boys that will become men, like, that are looking up to all these rappers that glorify drug dealing and killing and selling drugs and exploiting women. But now look at the women, though, man. The women are now exploiting the men. And it's just like, it's like we're having a war between each other in this country. But don't get me started. I don't want to go on a Kanye West rant, but don't get me started, man, because Kanye, in some ways, I don't agree with everything he's saying, so don't come after me for that, but I'm just going to say Kanye, in some ways, when he talks about who owns the record companies and who runs these record labels, who's pushing this message and pushing this agenda, it does kind of make you think, like, is it all by design? Is it all by design? I mean, because even Ice Cube had even said the same thing. So it's like, man, we gotta kind of like, I think it's time for us to come together and start using our brains and start being like, Look, man, you see, this is the difference between me and a lot of people is that even when I was in high school, I never really listened to the radio. You know how like a lot of people say now, I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to the radio. I didn't listen to the radio back in the 90s, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't listen to the radio in the early 2000s. I didn't listen to the radio. Well, you see, the radio was different in the 80s, man. In the 80s, they played Michael Jackson and Prince and stuff like that. So it was like, it seemed like people that actually really had talent, that really cared about the music, were on the radio and they were winning Grammys. But then something happened, man. There was like some kind of a shift that it just seemed like now it was all about money and it was all about pushing an agenda. You know who else said this that you won't believe? Eminem. Eminem said this, man. He said this, and I remember in an interview with Sway, I think it was with Sway, where he said that back in the day, this is why Eminem is so different. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why Eminem is also famous. He's the modern day Elvis Presley. But I mean, but don't let me get on that. I'm just going to talk about his skill level. Like, does Eminem have skills? Yes, absolutely. But Eminem, this is why he became famous and got out there and why Dr. Dre signed him. Because he sounded different. Did you guys know this, that when Eminem, pushed, what is it called? When Eminem came out with his first album, Slim Shady, right? Even before Slim Shady, when he dropped Infinite, but we could just say Slim Shady when he was out there doing the songs like Brain Damage and stuff like that. Did you guys know that basically people thought he was black? They didn't even think Eminem was white. And did you know that Eminem was pushing his music on the radio, not showing his face for like, I don't even know, man, for months. He was pushing his music for months. You know what I'm saying? Before he finally came out with the "Hi, my name is," because he knew that if he just came out as a white rapper, he knew that people weren't going to buy his music and listen to his music. So he actually promoted himself as if he was a black rapper. It's so funny that not a lot of people talk about this in interviews with Eminem. Maybe he doesn't want to talk about it, but I will tell you this. Those of us that were there, that remember before Eminem became famous and were listening to hip hop before Eminem, like, let me tell you this, man. If you started listening to hip hop after Eminem became famous, you can't even talk hip hop with me. Don't even try to debate me on hip hop. If you weren't listening to hip hop before Eminem, you can't talk about hip hop with me, man. You probably don't even know who this rapper is. The shirt that I'm wearing right now, you probably don't even know who this rapper is. This rapper came out way before Eminem. I bet you Eminem knows who this rapper is, though. I bet you Eminem knows. You see, that's the thing, man, is that you can't discuss hip hop with me if you started listening to hip hop in the 2000s. And it's funny how some of y'all on Twitter want to have these conversations about hip hop, yet you don't even know the elements of hip hop, which is what? Breaking, graffiti, MCing, DJing, right? And there's a few others, but those are the main 4 elements. Okay, so people got to understand, man, there's a difference really between hip hop and rap. You know what I'm saying? We see Tower Tree. We got another troll up in here. It's funny that you talking trash about looks, because I've heard other YouTubers say this before, or TikTokers. It's always the ones who don't show their face and have an avatar of like a picture or some character or a cartoon character or somebody else's face, and they don't even show their own face. You're always the ones to talk shit. That's the funny thing, man. It's never like people who show their face will talk trash about your looks. But let me tell you something though, man. You don't get on YouTube and have over 100,000 followers if you're really concerned about what people are going to say about what you look like. So, you know what I'm saying? But you know what though, man? Rule number 1 though, you got to show your face and show your looks before you talk about somebody else's looks. You can't be faceless and talk trash about somebody's looks. It just doesn't work. And if you're a man, that's even another scarier thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like men do that more than the women do nowadays. Like, what is going on here, man? You see, this is my point, man. it's like social media has really messed people's minds up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go on Twitter and I feel like I'm seeing either thoughts twerking or a bunch of gay shit. And no, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not homophobic, so don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. But I want to say though that I don't need to be seeing that pumped down my feed every single day. Like, I don't need to see gayness and twerking. And that's like just all it is. Instagram, Twitter, gay people, thoughts, twerking, gay, twerking, thoughts. And it's just like, okay, enough is enough, man. Is there anybody on this app or these apps that's talking about something informative? And that's what I am bringing here to you guys, is that I think it's time for us to have an informative discussion. We need to start doing this. If I got to start doing these streams every single day, maybe I'll start doing these streams every single day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I will. We got some trolls up in here right now. Levi, is this a woman? No, I am not a woman. Are we playing these games, man? Are we really going to play these games? You know, usually I would just have the moderators come in and block you guys, or whatever it is, put you on timeout. But I'm going to let you guys ride because you guys are getting the algorithm going. So let's keep the algorithm up. But you see, this is exactly what the whole point of this video is. I mean, it started off by saying, is hip hop in a good place? But that's the reason why I'm asking, is hip hop in a good place? Because look how stupid people are. I mean, people are dumb. You know what I mean? Like, to the point to where it's like, if you find a smart person, and thank you for the likes that are coming in. If you find a smart person, it's like, wow, you're actually intelligent. You know, it's almost like going to a restaurant. Now, I don't know where you guys are in the country. If you guys want to tell me where some of y'all are in the country, that would be cool. I'd like to know where some of you guys are coming from. Even the haters. Tell me where you're coming from. I want to know if you're in the country of the United States, or if you're if you're in another country. You know what I'm saying? And if you are in the United States, what city or what state you calling from? You know what I'm saying? Or on this call from, I should say. Okay, Thunderdam Beats. Yeah, shout you out, man. Phoenix, Arizona, shout out. So you're not too far, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Texas, Austin, Texas. I'm from LA, but in Austin as of now. You know what I mean? But yeah, Arizona. I've been to Arizona. I like Arizona. So you guys are like West Coast. You know what I'm saying? You guys are kind of like, well, like I'm sure they're bopping Kendrick out there and all that. So not sure what the dating scene is like out there, but I will tell you guys right now, the dating scene in Los Angeles, terrible. Austin, Texas is a little bit better, man. Haven't been to New York in a minute though myself. You know what I'm saying? Shinobi, shout you out. I think I might have seen your name before, Shinobi. You saying, I can appreciate the intelligent conversation. Most even can't comprehend a lot of what you're saying. It's sad, bro. Yes, you are absolutely right. Shaking my head. I 100% agree with you with what you're saying. Thank you, Shinobi. Shout out to you, Shinobi. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. If you guys are following the channel, please. Listen, man, I just started doing these vertical lives. And you know why I'm doing the vertical lives? Is because YouTube contacted me and told me to start doing vertical lives. So I was like, all right, I'm going to start doing the vertical lives and just try it out. I'm just trying it out. But thank you, man. Thank you, Shinobi. I appreciate you. Yeah, I hope you guys are following, because I'll tell you right now, if this starts to get enough, engagement and conversations, even you haters, even you to the haters, if it starts to get enough content and enough engagement, I might start doing this every day. You know what I'm saying? I'll pick a time. You guys just tell me what time works for you. I usually do 10:30 Eastern time, but if the morning works better for people, or if the evening works a little bit better for me, but you know what I'm saying? I'll start doing these every day, man, if I feel like it's needed, because I kind of do feel like it's needed. Hey, Amari, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the haters. Yeah, I'm letting the haters ride today because we want to get, you know what I'm saying? We want to get like all the people in here as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to do. So, Amari, are you a man or a girl? This is why, you see, it's people like you guys are the reasons why people put comments to subscribers only. But we're not going to do that today. We're not going to do that today. I didn't get on here today because I wanted to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let's look at what shirt you're wearing today, or let's look at this, you know what I'm saying? But let's just also talk about, let's talk about this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we got a lot of bots coming in here, but I'm going to let the bots ride. Because you know why? Because you guys are helping the algorithm. So I'm gonna let the bots ride, because that's what we want to get out here today. That's what we're getting out here today. But yes, man, I mean, back to the subject, man, because you're right. Been on here for about, what, 30 minutes? And thank you, though, guys, for the likes that are coming in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, Shinobi, shout you out, man. Thank you for the likes coming in. Thank you, Shinobi. Appreciate you. Yeah, you know, I listen to Alex Jones. I listen to a bunch of other YouTubers. I listen to, like, you know, other streamers, of course, Joe Rogan, all that. And they always say, man, just don't even pay attention. Like, they just keep doing it. I mean, but like I said, you're not going to get to 100,000 followers without having trolls. So it's all good. Hey, Omari, I already checked the other guy who disappeared. And I say, you can't talk shit if you don't show your ugly face. You gotta show your face first, man, before... You know what I'm saying? You got to show your face before you talk trash, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Who used to say this too? I don't know if you guys are familiar with like an investor, Grant Cardone, but Grant Cardone used to say the same thing. He used to be like, it's always the avatar faceless channels that want to talk trash, but it's never, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, hey, but that's the thing though that does work too, those the hate watchers. Like, you see, that's the part of YouTube that actually helps, is when you have somebody who's like commenting and they're still watching. Like, the funny thing is this, is that let's see how long this person that's hating stays on this video. I think this person has been on here. I wish they would say the time of when the comments came in, but I can see that this person has been on here for probably at least a good 5 minutes. And you know, in today's world, to have somebody's attention span for 5 minutes, that's a big deal, man. Stream Bean, make America Britain again. I couldn't agree with that comment more, man. Thank you for reminding me, and that's why we do this. Yo, when I went to Europe, you're absolutely right, man. Europe is like a part two. It's like basically a part two of America. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're absolutely right. Once you go to Europe, you're like, yo, man, America is exactly the same as Europe. All they did was they just took all their European influence and then they brought it over here, and then they had all of us slaves build it. They had all of our ancestors build it. Like, we want this building here. You're going to pick that cotton. You're going to pick this. I mean, that's how this shirt is made. This shirt right here, this cotton shirt is made from my ancestors. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, man. And then they brought all of that over here and made people like, yo, build this. This is what we want to build. We want to build Europe Part 2. You're absolutely right, man. Make America Britain again. Shout out Stream Bean. Couldn't agree with you more with that comment. You know what I'm saying? It's like people don't want to take the time to just do the knowledge and, you know what I'm saying? Like, really think about where we came from. And like, that's why it's good to study history. And I don't mean like history of what's being taught over in you know, school. I'm talking about go do your own history and go do your own research. Like, go read some books, man. Like, go find some books that they don't tell you about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a book club that I'm about to bring up pretty soon. I'm actually thinking about doing a book club. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, Stream Bean. Yep, it's part 1, my friend, not 2. And white Europeans were slaves long before your ancestors. We don't know about that clearly, man. I mean, you know, I'm not going to try to go deep into that subject because that's like a whole nother like deep topic that we really have to like dive deep into. And if that sounds like a debate, and that sounds like something that I would have to like go and start pulling up notes on. But I will say this though, that I mean, we all agree that the first man came from Africa. I don't know if you agree in that theory. A lot of people say that Africa was the first continent that rose from the ocean. So, you know, but Europeans, I mean, you're right. Slavery was all over the world, though. I'm not denying that, man. I'm not denying that. Like, slavery was all over the world. So we can't say that only Africans were slaves. You know what I'm saying? We already know that. So you're absolutely right about that. I do agree with you with that. Were they ancestors before us? I mean, that's something that would need to be studied. You know what I mean? I would have to do a little bit more research before I really speak on that. But I do agree with you. Like, I know that a lot of us were kings and queens too in Africa who were also selling our own people to the Europeans and selling our own people to, to come here and to build this country. When they came over to get us over in Africa, we were selling our slaves. And then a lot of people don't even tell you that a lot of black people were already slave masters that were selling slaves to white people here. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but then let's fast forward to now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we fast forward to now, it's kind of the same thing that's going on. I mean, look at this, man. I run my own businesses. And I got to tell you, as a black man, it is very hard in some ways to get funding for my brilliant ideas. That I see other people who might come from more privileged families getting funding, getting some kind of backing, and their idea is just like the same idea that you've already heard regurgitated around 10 or 20,000 times. And it's just like, look, man, what we're doing over here is a brand new concept. But yet, my point is that kind of brings it back to slavery, is that we got all these black billionaires out here, like Kanye West, Jay-Z. Well, they threw Diddy in jail, but, we got all these and that's a whole nother subject too, by the way. But we got all these black billionaires out here that ain't really helping no black people. When you look at most of the corruption and gang violence and people that are on drugs and people that are homeless and people that need assistance and people that are on Section 8, even though, yes, we do know that there's more white people on food stamps than there are black people. We had a conversation on this already. But that's also because there's more white people in the state of America, or in the country of America than there are black people. So, that kind of plays into that demographic as well. But I will say that, there's a lot of black people, or shall I just say people of color, who are in need, especially in this country, but all over the world. And the black billionaires, the ones that are football players, basketball players, athletes, rappers, actors, comedians, do you really see them giving back? I mean, maybe they are giving back in some little ways. Maybe they don't do it on camera. But I don't know, man. I don't really feel like I've seen enough of that. You know what I'm saying? String Bean, you said, I don't agree. I believe in the Bible, and they tell you that in America, wait, let me reread this comment. What did you say here? You said you don't agree. So you don't agree you believe in the Bible, or you do believe in the Bible? And they tell you that in America, because the whites are in charge, there are racist. Yeah, that's right. So you must not be from this country. I can see that. Where are you from, Stream Bean? Where are you writing from? Are you from the UK, or are you from Europe or the UK? UK is a great place, though. I mean, it's, Manchester's cool. Yeah, but I could tell. Oh yeah, well, I mean, they're racist in Europe too, though, right? Like, aren't they racist out there as well? I mean, so But look, this also goes to what we were talking about in the very beginning, Stream Bean. I'm not sure when you jumped in, but this goes back to the beginning of what we were saying about the music industry and rap music. It's like, look at what rap music is doing, man. Like, look who rap music is controlled by. I can tell you right now that there's way more white executives that are running the record industry than there are black executives. And even the black executives that are in the industry, it seems like they're all under the powerful white, don't want to say the term, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Though, that particular race of people run the record companies. They run Hollywood. Not to mention they also run the corn industry. So it kind of makes sense that, it doesn't make sense that we participate in it. But then again, how could we not participate participate in it. When someone comes up to you and offers you $1 million contract and you're from the hood and your mom and dad, even if you probably don't even have a dad. You probably are raised in a single mom household. You probably got a bunch of brothers and sisters, and some guy comes to you and offers you $1 million contract to get out of the hood and go rap and do some songs or play basketball or come play some sports. We gonna pay you, 20 million a year, money that your family has never seen. And we're gonna pay you this to go run a ball up and down the field. And we're gonna watch you run a ball up and down the field. You see, that's why I don't really watch sports anymore, man. If you want to, this is another topic that I can get into later. I'm glad I'm filming this because, you see, that's what I'm saying. My ideas come out and I can come back and remember this to make a video on it. But sports are racist in a way. I know that's going to sound crazy. That's going to sound crazy to a lot of people. But, I mean, didn't the term shut up and dribble come from, a kind of a racist terminology is where that came from? So, like, yeah, man, I mean, we'll pay you to, like, run this ball or bounce a ball up and down the court and try to put it in a hole. I want to pay you to see you do that. But do I want to pay you to go build a business? Or do I want to pay you to go run a record company? Or do I want to pay you to go, to go be a doctor or a lawyer? Yep, they're rigged too now. Anyways, it's like, why do you even watch sports? Why even watch sports, man? Sports are fake. Sports are so fake now that now we allow nepotism. You see, back in the days, we didn't allow nepotism. I mean, we did. It's always been nepotism. But now it's like, and I was talking to somebody on Twitter about this too as well. Now it's like the nepotism is just blatantly in your face. Yeah, shout out Thunderdam Beats. You're absolutely right, though, man. You're definitely right. Professional sports are political and rigged. They definitely are, man. They definitely are. And it's just... Look at LeBron James, man, how he put his son in the NBA. And not only did his son get to go to the NBA, which we know that there's a lot of great basketball players out there that probably didn't get that opportunity, but not only did he put his son, and I'm not trying to hate on LeBron or hate on, on his son, but again, another billionaire who you kind of wonder, like, what is that dude really doing, man? I mean, he's going around building Blaze pizza spots all over Los Angeles and investing in certain other things, trying to be like, all the other Lakers that were out there. That's probably the only reason why LeBron went to the Lakers. Like, LeBron didn't go to the Lakers because he cared about basketball and because he wanted to play for the Lakers. LeBron went to the Lakers because he knew that if he retired as a Laker, that he would get invested in the city of Los Angeles and be able to build more businesses and be able to run his empire out of Los Angeles, because he obviously saw Los Angeles as more of a financial place to build a kingdom. Doesn't he call himself King James and all that, which is the Bible as well? He wants to build his empire as a king in the city of Los Angeles instead of Cincinnati, Ohio, because he knows that there's probably nothing really going on over there. I mean, even though he probably goes back over there to donate and give, but he decided to say, no, this is where I'm going to set up shop. I can guarantee you that is the main reason why LeBron James became a Laker. Yeah, LeBron is a Hollywood actor. Thank you, Thunderdam Beats. I mean, let me tell you something, man. I've been watching basketball since like the Jordan era. And I will tell you right now that LeBron, I mean, didn't he say ain't no party like a Diddy party? But it's all good, man. You went to a Diddy party. So what? That doesn't mean that you participated in a freak off. You could speak on it, dude. Like, you could speak on Diddy. Like, what are your thoughts on, oh, he has nothing to say about Diddy. This dude has nothing to say about Diddy now. But you was all up on the streams and the live streams with Diddy and on the call, and ain't no party like a Diddy party. And, oh, yeah, man, I'm coming to LA and all this and that. Yeah, man. Nah, dude. Nah, man. It's all rigged. It's all fake. Pay these people to shut up and don't say nothing, man. Don't say nothing. Don't speak on Diddy. Don't speak on this. Don't speak on that, because if you do, you're going to lose all your contracts. There goes Nike. There goes the NBA. There goes your kid that you blatantly put in everybody's face. Everybody knew that he wasn't that good. Everybody knows that he's not that good. But not only are you going to put your son in the NBA, but then you're also going to put him on the Lakers? Like, I thought the Lakers usually, I'm not a Laker fan. I mean, I don't really, like I said, I don't really care for sports like that anymore. But when I did care for sports, I never was a Laker fan anyways. But it's like, come on, man. The Lakers have always been known for having like the best players. So your son just all of a sudden gets drafted to the NBA and gets to be on the Lakers. How much more of could you put that on our face? But let's say this, man. We know why. Because it's all about money. It's all about money, dude. And LeBron makes a lot of money for the NBA. So in order to keep people watching the NBA, and thank you for the likes coming in order to keep people watching the NBA, they need to have a star player. Haven't you noticed since the Jordan era, there's always been a star player in the NBA? Like, watch this guy, watch this guy. This is the guy to watch. No matter what team you're going for, this is the guy to watch. There's always been that player. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron seems like he's trying to push it to his son. Like he's saying, like LeBron's basically saying he's about to go retire and he's about to go just run LA and do all that. But he wants to leave his son and have his son hopefully carry the dynasty, right? But you know what I'm saying? His son can't carry the dynasty because his son is not that good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Thunderdam Beach, shout out. Let's see what you have to say right here. Being from Phoenix, how did they get KD with Booker? They destroyed the Suns on purpose. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's all about money. It's like sports. Sports is not real anymore. Mainstream music is not real anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that there's still artists out there that create good stuff. I mean, I was just talking to one of my peoples who helps out with Beat Grade the other day, and I'm just disappointed, man, because he's such a talented DJ and producer. You know what I'm saying? And the dude's got like serious skills, man. But he doesn't get the exposure that he deserves. He doesn't get the clicks. He doesn't get the hits. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe he ain't doing something right. Maybe it's the algorithm. But I'm just trying to tell you, man, that there are people out there with talent and that have skills, but you just have to dig for them, man. Like, you have to go and you have to kind of find them on your own. You can't really just listen to what's being thrown at you, which brings me to another thought. You know, and that's what I was trying to say earlier about how I never listened to the radio. I never went on the radio or been like, oh, this artist is dope. Like, I think, I'll tell you guys right now, in my honest opinion, from when I was listening to the radio, that I think after like 1995, 95, I'd say, 96 for sure. But like 95, especially when Tupac got hit in Vegas, hip hop changed after that, man. It was done after that, man. I mean, the gangster rap era came in way before that. We already know NWA, and then y'all say Ice-T and all that. Yeah, the gangster rap came in and really changed everything. But I say like when after Tupac, but I feel like even though we had a lot of gangster rap, cats were still trying to sound different. They weren't trying to bite each other. You know what I'm saying? They weren't trying to bite each other. Like Eminem, like I was saying earlier about Eminem. Eminem said somewhere down the line, everybody started to copy each other. Like now, you listen to the radio and everybody's doing that same auto-tune rap. Like, you know, everybody want to be Future or something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the same trap beat, the same little hi-hat, the same snare, you know, all that shit, man. It's like the same stuff. Like, oh, he has a beat like that and it went platinum. Make me a beat like that. And then they go and they do the hook. I mean, I was listening to a song the other day that sounded like sounded like Party Next Door, but it wasn't Party Next Door, and a rapper who sounded like Kendrick who wasn't Kendrick. Of course, that was a while ago when it came out because you can't do that now. But you know what I'm saying? It's like these people just go out and copy people, whereas back in the days, that was considered whack. If you tried to sound like somebody else and you bit somebody else's style, yes, you were called a biter. Like, dude, you're a biter. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't around no more, man. That ain't around no more. Now it's cool to bite. Now it's cool to be a snitch. You know what I'm saying? Gunna went and snitched on his homie, and then he sold more records. Isn't that interesting? Now you wonder this. Who promotes that message? Hey, man, it's okay to snitch. Snitch on your boy. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to sell more records. Yo, man, that was what we would call the code of the streets, man. You don't snitch on your peoples, man. If you did something and you got caught up, you got to man up, man. Better man up. You better take that L. You know what I'm saying? But no. You gonna go and you gonna go snitch on your peoples. And you know, some people do that. Whatever, man. Who wants to be like in a Diddy situation, right? They go and they snitch on their people. Fine. But you gonna go snitch on your people, and then we out here in the public, if it was really true, we're gonna go buy your album? Now you selling more records after you snitched? Man, this culture is done. I wish I had the sound effects so I could sound the alarm on that one, man. Like, are you kidding me? That would never be respected in the 90s, yo. That a rapper went out there and snitched on his people and then got out of jail and came and put out an album. Nobody would buy that shit. And that's what I'm trying to say, man. It's like, look at what they have done with hip-hop culture, man. Like we were talking about earlier with the women, the money, the rappers. Like the rappers are so soft now, man. They are so soft. And like I said, man, I'm going to do a more thorough deep dive on this. I'm actually doing a session right now with you guys where I'm just filming my thoughts. This is just a video of my thoughts and you guys are taking this journey with me. So thank you. I appreciate you for being here with me. And I'm just going to take all my thoughts that are in this video and I'm just going to break them down. And I'm just going to make video. I think I probably got about 10 videos so far out of this stream right here, man. I got at least 10 videos right here out of this stream. Because like I said earlier, man, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, man. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Yo, we are at, should I say that? Can I say that? Can I say that word? We are at war. We're at war right now. Right now, we are. Y'all don't think so? Yo, it's all here, man. It's all here. It's not physical. It's not physical. See, before it was physical. Before we was out there in Vietnam, or, we was out there in Iraq, Afghanistan, all that stuff. And you saw it physically. You saw it on TV. You saw it on the news. You saw all this and that, right? But it's different now, man. It's different. They're smarter now. They're more intelligent now. Now it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind, man. And it might, transpire over into physical reality. But right now, I'm telling you, man, it's a mental game. It's a game of information. It's a game of controlling information. It's a game of also shadow banning information. Like, for instance, I'll give you guys an example. When I was on Instagram originally and they deleted our Instagram, which really sucked because it was funny too, like how Instagram did this to us. And that, that's another video, delete Instagram. Whereas when I was, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was on Instagram, okay, what's it called? I was like doing whatever. It was just doing whatever. It was just stagnant. I was just doing this. And then I just kept posting, right? And then the videos started getting bigger. But then also the following started getting bigger. Like now I started building momentum. Like on Instagram, I was probably getting like 5, 10 followers, maybe a day, something like that, whatever, here and there. But then it started getting to a point where it's like, okay, now we're seeing like 50 followers, 100 followers, 200 followers. And, it's all organic. I wasn't paying for no ads or sponsorships or anything like that, or having like famous people come on and all that stuff. Just doing all the videos myself, all organically, me and my friends, me and my team, just doing it all organically. And then I noticed that once it started building up momentum, boom, all of a sudden Instagram just deleted our account and said, oh, they didn't like the content that we were posting. Because I think it wasn't that I was getting political, but it was like we was out there trying to talk some knowledge. So fast forward, I created a new Instagram account. I don't even really want to be on Instagram because I know that Instagram is really just a dating app. Thunderdam Beach, you said, have I seen the movie Civil War? Are you talking about the one with Avengers? Or are we talking about an older one? Because I think there's a lot of movies, or a few movies named Civil War. I think there's also one with like Denzel Washington, right? But yeah, man, just to say real quick about Instagram, I fast forward, I create a new Instagram account. We're getting a lot of hits on the videos. We're talking about subjects like this. It's getting like 25,000. Like, to tell you the truth, I ain't had a video hit 20K, 30K on Instagram before, where I was just talking knowledge about hip hop. This video hit 30K. I dropped another video, hit like 10, 15K. I was like, yo, man, I'm cool with that. Building a bunch of followers, because you get some semi-viral videos. You're gonna start to like build up a following. Then all of a sudden now the video is getting like 100 views, less than 1,000 views. Like now I'm like lucky if the video even gets 1,000 views on Instagram. This is, and I said, yo, man, y'all must be shadow banning, man. Y'all must be shadow banning. So, because I was like, how could I be hitting like 25, 30K, 15K, some I think maybe even close to like 50K, and then all of a sudden now they're just hitting like 100, 200. I mean, I know I wasn't posting as consistent, but still, it's like, I don't see how you could be hitting 25, 30K, and then all of a sudden now you're just hitting like 200, 300, 400, 500 views, which, you know, that's still cool. But if you're used to hitting like 20, 30K, 500 views ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I was just like, oh, yeah, man. Y'all shadow banning. Y'all shadow banning. So that's what I'm trying to say, man. We are in an information age where if you say something that they don't like, they'll just, you know, they just remove it from the feed. They just remove it from the feed. And if you get removed from the feed, then you don't get to build your following. You don't get to build your network. You don't get to put your name out there, and people don't get to know you or hear your message because they can just take your feed and just take you out the feed. So that's why I'm thinking like now with these social media platforms, I'm starting to think now that it's better to create a community and create a fan base. And I have another video that I will speak on this later, but that's the whole point to where I'm saying that I don't want to do YouTube anymore just for clicks. You know what I'm saying? If I have an idea or something strikes my mind, I'm doing YouTube for that now. I'm not doing YouTube because I know a lot of people say, do the top 10 videos and all this and that. I mean, tell you the truth, first of all, I feel like we've already covered pretty much every dope producer that's ever been out there. And then second of all, they were demonetizing the videos. You know what I'm saying? And then we were getting strikes and getting videos taken down. And I just felt like, you know what, man, I don't even want to deal with this anymore. But not only that, we weren't making any money off of it. So it's like you're spending all this time trying to do all this and you're not even making money off of it. Like, that makes no sense, man. It's like now we have reached a time where we got to just like build our networks. I mean, guys, they are replacing jobs with robots right now as we speak. So if you don't have a way to like figure out how to make money with your brain and make money online, and learn how to not be relying on a job, it's over, dude. It's over. Like, you cannot rely on a job anymore. Let me tell you something. I just talked to a friend of mine. Actually, it was my ex-girlfriend. But, you know, we're still kind of friends, which is interesting. But, yeah, my ex, she said that she's like, was like, you know, trying to get a promotion at her job because she needs to make more money. And she told me that this is a job that's like working in the medical industry, you know what I mean? Like for pharma or something like that. Like, this should be like a high paying job. You're working in the medical field. You know what I'm saying? And she told me, guess how much they're only trying to pay you? You know, she's in LA, but it's like, guess how much she said? She said they're only trying to pay her like 20 something dollars an hour for a job that's in California. Do you know how much the rent is in California? Do you know how much the cost of food is in California? Yo, the gas prices in California are like $6-7 in some places. I think the cheapest gas is like $4 or $5. But mostly at most places, like the gas is like close to $7. And the rent, come on, man. Let's not even get started on the rent, yo. Let's not even get started. That a one bedrooms are like $2,000 or plus. You know what I'm saying? But you're only going to pay $20 an hour? Hey, yo, man. We at war. We're at it right now, man. If you don't think that that's a war, because I can't say that word, that's why I'm whispering it. But if you don't think that we aren't, if you don't look around, like use your eyes and look around. Oh, wow, eggs are like $20. Wow, rent is like $5,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. Wow, that girl over there, all she's doing is twerking, but she's not seeing my value as a man because I'm not making $2 billion a year. So now women are only judging me for how much money I make. They're not trying to look at like, oh, you're a cool person, or or, hey, you're someone that I would like to get to know. No, it's what do you do for a living? How much money are you making? Okay, that's how much money you make? Whatever. Like somebody said, anything below 100,000, you're average. And let me tell you this, man. What average job out there is paying more than $100,000 a year? So I'm telling you right now, man, we are at a level now where we have to be making, and thank you for the likes coming in. So like I tell you guys right now, man, we are at a level right now where you have to be making at least $100,000 per year, depending upon which state you're in. But come on, man, let's be honest, man. America, if you're in America, I don't think it really matters what state you're in. I don't think it really, at this point, I think you can get by in certain states like Kansas, Kentucky, maybe like Missouri, some of those Midwest or down south states. But if you're trying to be like New York, California, even like certain parts of Florida, but like definitely Miami. I mean, come on, Miami. But like, yeah, man, if you, some parts of Texas now, if you're trying to be in any of these cities where shit is going on for the most part, and you're not out there in the wilderness in the middle of the country, although that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, how you really gonna make a living, man, if you ain't making more than $100,000? And I'm not just talking about people that are single. I mean, or shall I say people that have families. I mean, yes, of course, if you have a family, definitely. And like I said, go back and Google this if you don't believe me, man. The best countries to raise a family. Go Google that. United States is not even on the top 10. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. It's time for us to wake up, yo. It's time for us to wake up. And that's what brings me back to the point in the title of this video. Is rap in a good place? I might update it to something else too, like, a conversation on where we at or something like that. But yeah, man. We're in a strange place, man. We're in a strange place, like from what I have seen growing up to where we are now. And I'm just really shocked. And this goes back, I don't know if Eric is still on here. If not, shout you guys out. I think I may leave this up for a rebroadcast, or I may make it members only. Who knows? But I will say that, yeah, man, there's not enough people that have the power and that have the influence that are really out here telling people, hey, man, it's time to get on your knowledge. It's time to get on your purpose. It's time to get on your grind. It's time to start reading more books. It's time to start looking into crypto. I mean, I'm already doing that. I'm sure a lot of us are already doing that, but it's like, hey, man, this crypto thing, I think that that's here to stay. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's something that's like the new real estate, and if you don't have any land, and if you don't have any property or any real estate, or if your family didn't leave anything behind for you, or they're still here, they bought some property and hey, man, here's a house for you, or here's land for you, so you don't have to go get a job, so you don't have to go work out there in the world. Here's land, here's property for you. Here's a place where you can go and be and have a family if you decide to or not. But even if you don't, here's still a place that you can be. You don't have to be like all these people that are, shall I say, slaves, having to work 40 plus hours a week to keep your damn lights on. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that situation, then we need to start waking up and taking advantage of the tools that we have in front of us. And like Kendrick said, maybe it's time to turn the TV off, man. Turn off some of the stuff. I'll tell you guys one thing that I did. I don't follow thoughts on social media anymore. I used to do that. When I used to see a girl twerking, or, I used to see a girl just doing whatever, and I used to be like, damn, she's hot. A girl I probably know that I will never, ever see. And this is all over Instagram, which is another reason why I say you guys need to delete Instagram. All men should just boycott Instagram. But when I'd see, a hot chick or whatever, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to follow her, or I'm going to like her pic. I like that. I never really would comment because I'm not a simp, but I would like the photos and I would maybe follow them. But after I started doing some meditation, I started thinking and I started saying, yo, you know what? It's time for me to elevate. It's time for me to do better. It's time for me to get better. You know what I did? I went and I unfollowed all them bitches. That's what I did, man. I unfollowed all them bitches, man. And that's the thing, man. I don't want to see no twerking on my feed. If that ain't a girl I know personally, I don't want to see her twerking. And by the way, if I do know that girl twerking, or I do know that girl personally, she ain't gonna be twerking on no Instagram app for other men to see. Unless that's just some girl I just don't give a shit about. And I'm like, well, yeah, go ahead, do you, girl. But if that's like a girl that I'm like kind of talking to and stuff like that, and I see her on Instagram doing some stuff like that, oh, nah, that ain't cool. I mean, you could do that, but don't ask me to take you seriously. You ain't gonna be doing that. And that's what I'm trying to say, man. But I gotta tell you though, that when I did that, that was like one of the most refreshing, best things I had ever done. Because now I felt like when I go on social media, I feel like I have a little bit more clarity now. Like I'm not having corn, if I could say the word, you know what I'm saying. But I'm not having that like thrown at my face constantly. And I'm not, even though it seems like it's weird, they still push it in your face. Even it's like, I even tell Instagram and Twitter and all these apps or X, I tell them, I don't want to see twerking. Stop showing me girls twerking. And they'll be like, okay, you don't want to see that anymore? I even like check the box. You know, sometimes they ask you, do you like this video? Would you like to see more videos like this? I actually click no, I don't want to see more videos like that. And they're like, okay, cool. And then they still like every now and then they'll send a girl. Now she's twerking or she's playing with her boobs. And I'm just like, man, I'm not trying to see that, man. I'm trying to focus here. Because, you know, it's a distraction. It's another distraction to keep us off our purpose. I'm going to go deeper onto a different subject for another video about women, hip hop, and social media. As a matter of fact, I should write that down. I'm gonna make a note of that. Women, hip hop, social media, or like I said, man, this is my this video is my notes. This video is my notes. We're gonna talk about all that. Tree Production, shout you out, man. Or if I said your name right, or T3 Production. It's kind of hard to see it on the phone, but here I'm gonna read that out. Rap haven't been in a good place, in my opinion, since the 90s. Completely agree. I don't know when you jumped on, but I just said that earlier. It was more diverse. Yes, there was trash, but the overall rap game was solid. Hey, thank you, man. Shout you out, man. T3 Production. Shout you out, man. I hope you guys are following the channel, man, because like I said, man, it seems like you guys are right. These discussions are needed, and we need to have more of these discussions, man. Yeah, man, I completely agree that since the 90s, like I said earlier, since 95, the rap music, the rap game had just fallen off. It just fell off, man. Like, it was done after that. Like, the radio was more creative. You had more rappers out there that were creative. And like I said, people didn't sound like each other. Like, you had Biggie, you had Tupac, you had Run DMC, you had NWA, you had Mobb Deep, you had A Tribe Called Quest. I mean, come on, man, that's a big one right there. Who else do we have, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, none of these rappers, LL Cool J, none of these rappers sounded like each other. None of them sounded like each other. And this is what I was saying, to go back to Eminem. Eminem said this too. Like, if Eminem came out sounding like every other rapper, he would never be famous. The reason why Eminem became famous was for a lot of reasons, and I think his color had something to do with it too as well. But Eminem also became famous because he didn't sound like any other rapper. He didn't sound like any other rapper, man. And that's what I was trying to tell you. He was promoting himself as a black rapper until he showed his face on MTV. I think Eminem made his debut. Well, he was on Power 106 freestyling too, right? But I don't think they showed the video. The video of him rapping at Power 106 didn't come out until the internet. And let's be honest, people weren't watching hip hop on the internet until probably like after the 2000s, like 2003, 2000, like probably after MySpace. I think MySpace was really what made hip hop take off on the internet. I mean, that's not where they found Soulja Boy. So it's like MySpace, I think, might have been like the beginning of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the likes coming in. But I hit the goal, 10 likes. I appreciate it. So yeah, man. I mean, I think you're right, man. Like, but Eminem made his debut at MTV or on Hi, My Name Is Slim Shady. That was when everybody was like, because I remember when I saw it, dude. I was already like working in the record company by then. I used to work at Sony, and I interned at Interscope. You know what I'm saying? So like I was there before Eminem became famous, and I remember, well, you know, he was already kind of getting famous, but he wasn't like Eminem yet. He was just like, they were just kind of like, who is this guy? Who is Slim Shady? Like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? And I just remember that after Hi, my name is Slim Shady, we were all like, wait, what? He's white? He's white? Like, we didn't even know, man. We didn't even know. Everybody thought Eminem was black. Everybody thought. I remember that time, man. And like I said, I think it's so interesting that not a lot of people that interview him talk about that strategy that him and Dr. Dre used. Like, I guarantee you that was a Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine strategy to say, okay, we're not going to show his face yet. We're going to wait. And then once we show his face, we're going to do it on NTV. Good marketing, though. Great marketing. Great marketing, man. Great marketing. But you see, yes, man, you're right. It was more diverse. There was some trash. But like I'll be honest with you. We look back at groups like Two Live Crew now. I mean, I don't know how you guys see Two Live Crew. I mean, I thought everybody liked a few of their songs. I mean, of course they had the classic. I mean, So Horny, whatever, that's a classic, right? But I mean, other than that, I always thought they were kind of trash. Even as a kid, I thought like, I was a kid at the time when they came out. I thought they were kind of trash. But if you look at those groups, like compared to today's groups, there's not even hip hop groups anymore, really. But if you look at those rappers from back then that were trash, like Cameron. Cameron's another great point. I used to think that Cameron and Mace were trash. You know what I'm saying? I liked a few Mace songs, but now when I look at Cameron and Mace compared to the rappers today, I'm like, oh, yo, man. Like, even like, at least Cameron was like somewhat decent. Like, he had Just Blaze beats and Kanye beats. You know what I'm saying? At least he had that. You know what I'm saying? So, I got P. Diddy in the comment section. No, Diddy, I don't like baby oil. I don't like baby oil. No, thank you. But that's what I'm saying, man. What is up with all these gay comments, man? What is up with this, man? It's like people think that it's funny to be gay. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember a time where if you acted gay and like, please, like I said again, disclaimer, I am not homophobic. But I just remember a time, I was actually talking to some relatives about this, where I remember a time that if you were a dude who painted his fingernails, like you painted your fingernails, you would get beat up in school. You would just get beat up. And there was no such thing as bullying back then, like how we have now, where people are like, oh, you're a bully, or you shouldn't bully them. Like I see stuff on the internet, on Twitter, where they're like, oh, look at him getting bullied. And I'm like, that ain't bullying. That's not bullying, yo. Like, where I come from, like, I mean, I sometimes look back like, man, they're lucky that they didn't have phones in my era. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're lucky that they didn't have phones in my era. Like, what are you talking about, man? I have seen people literally getting jumped all throughout school. All throughout school, people getting jumped. It's like, what are you talking about, man? And I'm sure some of that still happens today. But the point is, though, is that, man, social media has just made people so soft and so dumb to a point. Like, you know, you got people that jump on with like no face and avatars and talk trash. Like, I remember one time I was on Twitter and we were having a discussion about Lil Wayne, right? And I was just thinking that, like, speaking of these rappers, I said that Lil Wayne, and I have a video on this. You guys can watch this on my YouTube channel. But I was like, I have a video on this where I say Lil Wayne is the reason for the downfall of rap. Now, again, I will say that he got better with time. As he got older, he got better. Like his A Milli, that came out way later. But when he first came out with like Cash Money Millionaires and all that crap, I mean, Bling Bling, yeah, okay, that was cool. Cultural phenomenon, right? We can all agree. But other than Bling Bling, which really wasn't talking about shit anyways either. It was just talking about what, your watch and your jewelry and how it blings. Like, come on, man. Like, that shit is trash anyways, the whole concept of it. Like, when it first came out, I thought it was trash. But as time went on and everybody was like, bling, bling, oh, look at my bling, look at my bling. And I was like, okay, yeah, maybe he did something there. But still, I thought trash. And not just me, my friends too. Everybody that we rolled with, we all were like, that's trash. It was all over the radio, right? And then I remember some guy said, "Oh, on the internet, some guy said to me." So he said, "I'll answer that question the way it archives. That's a great question. I love it when people ask me that question." He said, "Oh, people like you get beat up on and spat on in the street." And I'm gonna go say this. You know what, dude? You know what era I'm from? I'm from the '90s, homie. I didn't grow up in the internet. I'm sure y'all can see. You know, I got a little grays here. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you this, I look younger than what I am. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you I look younger than what I am. But I'll tell you what, homie, I didn't grow up in the internet. And that shit ain't never happened to me. That shit ain't never happened to me. And you know what? And I guarantee you, if I were to see you face to face, I bet $20 you wouldn't say that shit to my face. But a lot of you punks on here think that you fucking are real tough online though. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to say, man. This internet shit has really got a lot of people fucked up. That's why Mike Tyson went and beat that kid's ass and got away with it. Because he said, hey, man, the internet made y'all motherfuckers think some things, man. Like, the internet made y'all really trip out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, man, that goes back to hip hop. We respected rappers who didn't walk around with security. You know, nowadays, maybe you do kind of got to walk around with security because now everybody got phones and everybody's filming everything and everybody's all up in everybody's face. And it seems like it's made it even more so like unreal. You know what I mean? Whereas like back in the days, you'd see a celebrity. It was just like, oh, what's up, man? Oh, okay, cool. Like, what's up? Like you shake hands. I remember I ran into DJ Quick at a 7-Eleven. And, you know, luckily I had some music on me and I was rapping at the time. And I was like, yo, Quick. Me and my homies were kicking it. We were just going to go to 7-Eleven, you know what I'm saying, get some blunts, get some beers. We were going back to a party. It was like on the weekend or something like that. And DJ Quick was up in the 7-Eleven. And he looked at us too. Like you could tell. He noticed us like, oh yeah, them look like some hip hop heads right there. Like he already knew we was gonna holler at him because you could tell he was kind of looking like. First thing we saw was the Mercedes. Quick pulled up in like this banging ass Mercedes, yo. And this is like early 2000, maybe somewhere around there. This is before social media, yo. This is like there's no Facebook, there's no MySpace. This is before all of that, right? DJ Quick pulls up in this banging ass Mercedes with the rims and all that, right? And me and my homies were like, damn, look at that car. Like, that was the first thing we noticed. We was like, damn, that's a dope-ass car. Then we see DJ Quick coming out the 7-Eleven. We're like, oh, shit, it's Quick. It's Quick. You know, and he was just cool, like shout out to DJ Quick, man. I actually kicked it with him a few times after that. But he was like, yo, what's up? And I was like, yo, man, I got some music. Can I play you some music? And Quick was like, is it good? That was the first question he asked me. He's like, is it good? I was like, yeah, it's real good. He put it in, he listened to it. I'll be honest with you, I think it was good, but maybe it wasn't where I was at later on. I think I got better later on. But at the time, I think it was decent enough for him to listen to it, but it wasn't really his style. Like, you know, Quick is on that G-Funk. I was kind of more on that East Coast rap shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to get to it. The point is, what I'm trying to say, I'm going to get to your question too. The way it archives, I do want to answer that question. And T3 Production, I see your comment. I'm going to get to that in just a second. My point is that when we saw DJ Quick, we weren't like all pulling our phones out like, oh, Quick, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture with you? Oh, let me film it. I mean, maybe if it was in today's world, it might be different because, you know, you see legendary people. Quick is a legend. You see legendary people, you're kind of like, yo, man, I need to get a picture. Like, well, what's up? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, because cell phones weren't around then and because social media wasn't around then, it felt like the interactions were way more authentic. Where now it seems like when you come across people that meet celebrities, it's just so chaotic. Like, and everybody's got their phone. And of course that's making celebrities like, all right, thanks, man, peace. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying like, screw celebrities. Like, we're not even talking about celebrities really. We're just talking about like real hip hop heads or just how much the culture has just, you know what I'm saying? Just like, people are just stupid now is what I'm basically saying. The internet has made people dumb to where they don't even know how to engage in conversations with people no more. Let me read some of these comments. So T3 Production, I'm gonna come back to you, Way of the Archives. I think and let me ask you this, Way of the Archives, if you're still on here. Top tier to you? When you say, so who's top tier to you? Are we talking rappers or groups? I mean, I could do both. Let me just read this comment real quick. I think part of the problem with rap music is that home studio became affordable. Yes, so now anyone with the laptop and an interface can make music. The cost to entry has dropped. Yo, you're absolutely right, man. Great point, great point. Shout you out, man. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna clap for that. You get an applause for that one, man. You get an applause for that. Yeah, man, you're absolutely right, because back in my day, not to sound like a unk, but I'll say back in my day, yeah, you had to get a record deal in order to get on. You couldn't just go on the internet and just, man, if I had the internet, like at the time I was 18, 19 years old, and then I was able to like grow into it, which I kind of did, but I feel like by the time I started getting like that, like getting it down, it was already just oversaturated by that time. Like I have a lot of friends who are in the music industry. I have some friends that had a couple record deals. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple record deals on independent labels. I didn't get signed to a major, but at least I did, put records out with like Fat Beats, Rhymesayers. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people can say that, man. Rhymesayers, I think is like the closest. It's like the independent label that's the closest thing to a mainstream label. So if you put music out on Rhymesayers, you can kind of say that I'm somewhat mainstream. I'm somewhat underground mainstream. I mean, come on, man. That's Atmosphere, Evidence, Dilated Peoples, Brother Ali, Doom. You know what I'm saying? Who else is on there, man? Shout out to Doomtree, because they were one of the ones that helped me out. So, I mean, yeah, man. Like, I did stuff with Fat Beats. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I've been in this game for a minute, yo. I got credits. Look me up, man. Look me up. I got credits out there. I got placements. I produce for some people you might have heard of. But top tier. Oh, my bad, T3 Production. I gotta read your comment. Yo, yeah, no, I did. My bad. Okay, so who's top tier to me? Oh man, there's so many, man. I don't really have a top 10. I mean, I do. It's actually on this phone that I'm doing the stream on, but I've made a list. I've made a list of my top 50 rappers. I haven't put it out yet because the order keeps changing, but I will tell you this. I can't answer you this question because a lot of people always ask me this question, whether online or even in person. They'll ask me, who's your favorite rapper? I think I'll have to say that my favorite rapper is Nas. That's my favorite rapper. And I still think that to this day, there has not been a better album, really. I mean, there's good albums. There's great albums out there. But there has not been an album that's more top tier than Illmatic. A lot of people will say Biggie's first album is the best hip-hop album of all time. I could say that that's in my top 5, probably. Yeah, it's probably definitely in my top 5. But would I say that it's better than Illmatic? Nah, I think Illmatic was better. I think Illmatic is better. So like Nas, the easy ones would be Nas, Biggie. I know I got a lot of East Coast in there. Let's see, who else? Come on, man. Can we not say Prodigy? Like Mobb Deep? I mean, come on, man. Mobb Deep, Tribe Called Quest, Q-Tip, Jay-Z. But West Coast too, I'd say Ice Cube, early Ice Cube. Ice Cube now, but early Ice Cube, like the first 3 Ice Cube albums, especially America's Most Wanted, man, y'all gotta go back and listen to America's Most Wanted. I hope that some of y'all are on here, or those that talk about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is the best rapper of all time. I bet you $20 that everybody that goes out and says that bullshit never even heard Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted. Guarantee you that. That's what I'm trying to say, man. You want to call it the golden era of hip hop? You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of albums today can't even compare to those albums. Like those albums have already lasted the test of time. Like Illmatic came out when? It came out like, I'll have to go look it up. I think like 93, 94. That's like, what? You know what I'm saying? That's like what? 80, 2004, 24. We have 20. That's like 30 years, man. That album has been out for 30 years and it is still good today. It still sounds good. So it's like, but let me ask you a question. Are people still listening to Soulja Boy today? No. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all the rappers that came out after like 2010, 2000 whatever, like that was it, dude. I think 50 Cent, like I've heard other people say this too. I think 50 Cent first album was like that was it, dude. After that, like there has not been any other classic albums. Like I think 50, his first album will go on to stand the test of time. But other than 50 Cent, I don't think there's any other classic. Like, come on, tell me, man. What other classic albums have come out after that? I mean, maybe J. Cole, Forest Hills, maybe. Definitely Kendrick. My bad. Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. Definitely that album. That album will go on. But it's very few. Whereas, like, do me a favor, y'all. I did this and I was shocked. I was like, wow, all that came out. Go back and look at. Do me a favor. Once I get up out of here, I want you guys to do me a favor because you guys are all hip hop heads. Go on Google and Google all the hip hop rap albums that came out in the year 97. You could even go back further than that. You can go 94, you can go 93, 92, maybe even 91. But I would say like 93 to 97. Go look at all the albums that came out between 93 and 97. You will be shocked. But you could just look at the year 97 alone and look at all, I'm not saying the 5 or 10. I'm saying all the hip hop albums that came out in 1997. I was like, all classics. All classics. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. But you said single rappers, not groups. Yeah. Because, I mean, if I was talking groups, I could name 5 just from Wu-Tang. I could say Raekwon, Ghostface Killah, Method Man, the RZA, and the GZA. I could name those 5 rappers from Wu-Tang that will blow away all of the current rappers today, except for maybe Kendrick and J. Cole. But yeah, I said Nas, Ice Cube, early Mos Def, Common, I think is up there a little bit too. I mean, there's so many others, man. There's so many others, but yeah. Rakim from Eric B. and Rakim. I said Mobb Deep. I said Tribe Called Quest. This is who's top tier to me, man. These are rappers who have subject matter, who have great delivery, who have great flow, who actually have something to say, and they've made multi-millions off of their career. Not that the money really matters, but just saying that they're also successful as well. You know what I'm saying? Those are top tier rappers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Blaze Rap TV. Thank you for the shout out. I agree, man. Nas is the greatest rapper of all time. Nas, let me repeat that. Let me yell it out here. Nas is the greatest rapper of all time. Nas is the greatest rapper of all time. Not Lil Wayne. Not Lil Wayne. If you put Lil Wayne over Nas, you are an idiot. You are an idiot. You know what I'm saying? And not only are you an idiot, but you probably started listening to hip hop after the year 2000. You probably don't know anything that came out in 95. You probably don't know anything that came out in 97. You probably don't know anything that came out in the 80s. Not that I think the 80s, it was still kind of developing. It was still kind of building. But like, you don't know anything about hip hop, yo. Like straight up, man. Yeah, Nas is the greatest, man. For real. Illmatic. That's the best. That's probably the best hip hop album ever recorded. Is Illmatic. You can listen to the album from beginning to end. It's only like 9 tracks. Let's see here. The Wave Archive, or is it? I'm saying it right. The Wavy Archives. Does content within lyrics matter more so than the ability to string words together and make them rhyme? In what way? Wait, let me make sure I'm reading this right. String the words together and make them rhyme in a way that's hard to replicate. What it sounds like what you're saying to me, let me think about that for a second. Look, I'm on the stream a lot longer than I plan to be on here, man. I appreciate you guys. I was only planning on being on here for like 30 minutes to an hour. I've already gone over an hour and a half. Cause hey man, if we talking about hip hop, I could talk on this thing for like 5 or 6 hours. Dude, I could be like the next academics. I could just start streaming for like 8 hours and start telling you guys what's up. But I'll be speaking real shit. I'm not gonna be paid off by Drake. I think content within lyrics do matter. To answer your question, the Wavy Archives, content is definitely important, and that's why Illmatic by Nas is such a great album, because what he's talking about in that album about being a young man growing up in the projects. I think he already said he had a kid at the time. Like, you know, I'm thinking of a song or thinking of a word to describe what I see when I look in my daughter's eyes. You know, you don't have people rapping like that no more, man. You don't have people talking about like, man, what am I going to do for my kids? What am I going to do to build a better journey? And you know what's really interesting too is I feel like that's needed more now today than ever before. Like back then, I mean, shit was fucked up back then too, but it's like now we're dealing with a different type of issue. Like, we're dealing with something else right now, man. It's really weird. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta say, man, yeah, Blaze Rap, or I thought it was Blaze Rap TV, but Blaze P4P TV. Shout you out. Thank you. Yeah, man. I agree. Content, flow, rhyme schemes, storytelling all matter. Yes, exactly, man. I mean, that's the reason why Snoop Dogg got so big. Was not just because of his look and his voice. I mean, that helps. But I think he had a lot of good stories, man. Like the gin and juice and lottie-dottie, we likes to party, even though that was kind of slick Rick. But the storytelling, the art of storytelling, Outkast, that's another one I forgot almost. Oh my God. I can't believe that sometimes I forget this one. I'm sorry, y'all. Andre 3000 from Outkast. Come on, man. Andre 3000 from Outkast is definitely in my top 5. So I got Nas. It might not be in this particular order. Nas is definitely probably number 1. But Andre 3000, he's in there somewhere. He's like number 4, number 3. I will tell you this. Eminem is not in my top 5. Eminem is not in my top 5 rappers. I don't even know, and I'm not hating. I love Eminem, man. Don't get me wrong. First 3 albums, I even heard Nick Cannon say this on the stream yesterday. He's like the first 3 albums, I was an Eminem fan. After that, but obviously Eminem was talking trash about his wife, so I can see why Nick Cannon wouldn't like Eminem anymore. Or his ex-wife. But I will say that, and that was an interesting call, by the way. But Eminem is like not even in my top 10. He's not even in my top 10, I think. And I respect Eminem. I like Eminem. I think he might be in my top 20, though. Eminem's in my top 20. Is he in my top 10 rappers of all time? Let me see. Did I have him on my list? No. But top 5, whew, that's a tricky one, man. I gotta say, like I said, Biggie, Nas, Andre 3000, that's 3 right there. Biggie, I think is in my top 5. I think Biggie is Tupac. Everybody always has Tupac. No, Tupac is not in my top 5 rappers. I think Tupac might be in my top 10. I mean, I would really have to sit down and study this list. But I will say Nas, Biggie. Nas definitely, after Nas, it could be Biggie, Andre 3000. You could flip it around. I want to get you guys one more, man. I used to love Ice Cube, man. He just changed. Like, he was more like political and like, what, you know, all this and that, and F yo, man, you know, he had more like emotion, and now he just kind of raps the same, like, throw my dogs up, in the club, let me see you sing, yeah. You know, I guess that's what's making him money. That's what I kind of don't like about Ice Cube now. I feel like now he's just rapping more for the money, whereas before, I feel like he was rapping more to get a message across, you know what I'm saying? But he comes on Twitter and he speaks his truth. So I respect that. At least Ice Cube is out there speaking his truth. But is he putting it in music? Nah, he ain't putting it in music no more. And that's kind of disappointing because Ice Cube was definitely very political back in the days, back in the early 90s. I think America's Most Wanted dropped in like 91 or something. So, I mean, that might be one. That's why 91 is also a powerful year, man. Public Enemy, all that too. Chuck D, shout out Chuck D. He follows me on Twitter. Like I'm trying to say, man, I got legends. I got real hip hop heads who follow me on Twitter, man. Hit Boy was used to follow me. I saw you stop following me on Twitter, Hit Boy. I'm a little disappointed about that, man, because I met you in person and we said we supposed to work together. So I don't know what's up with that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's up with that, Hit Boy. But shout out to Hit Boy. He got beats. He's one of the newer generation. Real, shout you out. Check out this artist, Bravo. I will, man. That's why we started Beat Grade. We started Beat Grade to check out new rappers. That's the whole reason why I do this. You know what I'm saying? To check new rappers out, to see what's up. Like I said again, man, for those of you that are just joining, I never listen to the radio. I always like digging in the crates. I always go and look at vinyl. As a matter of fact, I got my studio, and it's not here, but I have another facility where I got my studio at. One day, I should take you guys and do a stream over there. I'm going to show you my vinyl collection. And it's not even my whole vinyl collection. It's just the vinyls that I decided to keep. But, man, I got crates and crates and crates of records. I got records, yo. Sometimes I think, like, should I sell the records? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got classic records, dude. I got classic records. I got Dilla test press records. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me show you real quick. Let me show you guys real quick. Give me a second. Let me go grab it real quick. Let me show you real quick. I'm about to sell this. I'm about to sell this on eBay. Look at this right here, man. This is the Far Side Dilla Running, which is a classic song. You guys know it's one of Jay Dilla. Y'all know the producer Jay Dilla, right? One of the best. It's a classic song, Running, test press. So this is the demo. Delicious vinyl. And just to see, so if you guys are like wondering, oh, is the vinyl really in there? Look, I've always kept it in the paper. It's like still like almost like brand new. Test press. Dude, for those of you that are real hip hop heads, I was supposed to get a record deal with Delicious Vinyl. That's how I got this, if you're asking. Delicious Vinyl was an old school independent, one of the first major hip hop record labels. They came out like in 1987, I think, with Tone Loc and all that. Yeah, but I was supposed to be signed to this label, but you know, Fat Lip from the Far Side is a little bitch, and he didn't like make it happen. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out Fat Lip, but whatever, dude. He was kind of a little bitch. But yeah. How much you think this is worth? How much you think I can get for this? 20,000 maybe? Maybe 20,000? I'm trying to sell it for 20,000. That's a Dilla test press, man. That's a Dilla test press. Like, come on, man. Come on. Dilla's considered the greatest. One of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mole. I appreciate you, man. It's kind of hard to see on the phone. I can't really see what flag that is. But shout you out, man. You can tell me where you guys are coming from. I always like to know where you guys are coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like where the algorithm is sending people out. But yeah, real, shout you out, man. I will check out Bravo. Machiavelli, the king. Machiavelli, shout you out. Yeah, man. Machiavelli is king, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's so weird how like so many people are jumping on now, dude. Because it's like I was about to just like get up out of here, but I see that it almost seems like when you're getting ready to jump off the stream, it seems like it starts to get bigger. Maybe you got to be on here for like at least an hour and a half. I guess you got to plan to be on here for an hour and a half for it to start building momentum. Oh, you coming from Germany? Nice. I'm in Austin, Texas, United States right now, man. That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? But from LA, but I've been around America. You know, Texas is what I like right now. But I'm telling y'all right now, man, I'm actually thinking of leaving the country. I'm thinking about maybe setting up shop in South America somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Either South America or I might even check out the Philippines for a minute, man. I've been thinking about that, yo. Okay, y'all, Turkey. All right, shout out Turkey. I've been to Turkey, man. I've been to Istanbul a few times. You know what I'm saying? Shout you out. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but Yücel, if I said your name right, shout you out. Yeah, when I was flying international between, you know, like Africa and Europe, we would stop in Istanbul, Turkey, because I guess like you guys got that major international airport. Man, I gotta say, the airport in Istanbul, Turkey, is like one of the dopest airports I've ever been to. Like they got a Gucci store in that airport. Like that's crazy. I was like, a Gucci store? Hold on, I'll put this over here. I was like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. And you see people from all over the world there. You see people from all over the world in that airport. It's like, have you guys ever seen the movie Men in Black? Where, like, I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, but like when Will Smith is walking through like the offices of the Men in Black headquarters, and it's like an airport where the aliens are coming in from outer space and they're being checked at customs, and they have all the aliens from like all over the world. That's kind of the way the Istanbul airport felt like. I felt like I was in the movie Men in Black. Not saying there was a bunch of aliens around me, but just, wow, you're seeing people from over here. You're seeing people from, Asia. You're seeing people from Saudi Arabia. You're seeing people from India. You're seeing people from America. You're seeing people from Russia. You're seeing people from Europe. That's literally an airport where you see people from like all over the world, all different cultures, wearing all different types of clothing in one place. Like, that is a crazy airport. If you ever have a chance to travel internationally, I suggest you stop at the Istanbul airport. Plus, man, they got some good restaurants up in there too, man. I was like, this place is a lot better than a lot of American airports. Like, that airport is the shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Sonny says, yes, rap is in a great place. How so, Sonny? Can you describe how so? SS, I wish I could translate that. It looks like it's in I'm not even sure how to say the word, but it looks like you're from the Philippines because I've seen that writing somewhere before. I'm not sure how to translate what kind of writing is that, but it looks like it's from Southeast Asia somewhere. Hold on. But I will say this, though. I do know a little Arabic. You know what I'm saying? Shakram. I do know a little Arabic. And I know a little Portuguese too. Obrigado. Frango grillado is what I prefer. Haven't been there for a minute though, so you know what I'm saying? You forget Portuguese unless you're on it. Okay, so it looks like a lot of you guys are international. I appreciate that, man. Hey, I hope you guys are following the channel because I think that I'm going to start doing these more consistently. I know I just jump on here every now and then, but I'm going to start doing these like, to tell you the truth, man, I almost want to do it every day. I'm not sure what time. Let me tell you something. How are you guys finding this? Are you guys finding this just by jumping it on your feed and it just pops up? Or does it matter if we schedule it? Because that's what I'm trying to wonder. I'm trying to wonder, like, does it matter if I schedule the live for vertical, like how we're doing like a vertical mobile live? Or is it better just to just jump on, just boom, just like, how they do on TikTok? I think TikTok, they just go, boom. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of what YouTube is doing now. They're trying to compete with TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But Sonny, tell me, if you're still on the call, how is rap in a great place? Because I'm about to have to get up out of here in 10 minutes, you guys. I'm sorry, man. This has been great, man. I wish I could stay and chat with you guys, but, this actually came out to be pretty productive. I appreciate that, man. I was actually, like I said, I was only planning on being on here for like 30 minutes, and I'm almost going on 2 hours now. Maybe I'll do another one later tonight. If you guys are available, I know a lot of you guys are overseas right now, so I'm pretty sure it's probably like, I know Europe is like 10 hours ahead or something, so it's probably like, like 10 o'clock at night? Something like that? Yusel, shout you out. What do I think about Kendrick Lamar? Glad you asked that question. Kendrick Lamar is the greatest modern day rapper that we have now. He's the greatest. He's the closest thing that we have to like early Ice Cube, Wu-Tang, Nas, all those rappers that I mentioned that somebody else in the comment had asked me, what do I consider a top tier rapper? Kendrick Lamar is a top 10 rapper. He is the closest rapper that, you know what I'm saying? The closest to that. That's like, has good subject matter, good storytelling, great charisma. He obviously proved at the Super Bowl that he's a great performer. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude wasn't lip syncing. He wasn't having background tracks. He was actually rapping his real lyrics. So yeah, you know why he's doing that. He didn't have to do that. He could have just rapped over his raps. You know, which I think he did. Sorry, I've been talking for like 2 hours, so like gets to you after a minute. Um, which I think like he did on a few tracks, but for the most part, he was like rapping. And the reason why he was doing that is because he is showing you that these are the elements of hip hop. It's not about just being a cool rapper and having a hit song and now you're doing the Super Bowl. It's also about knowing how to put on a performance and like really spit your lyrics. Like he wanted y'all to know, like, hey man, I'm really out here spitting these lyrics. I'm not just in the studio writing these raps down and then when I'm on the stage now I'm going to lip sync. He's like, nah man, I'm showing you that I'm actually a real rapper. So yes, Kendrick Lamar, love him. DeVell Damlin, I'm not too familiar with his music. I know a little bit about him. I know that he's like one of the rappers who's big on the drill rap. I will say this though, man. This is what we were talking about earlier about is hip hop in a good place or rap music. Drill rap was like one of the worst things that could have ever happened to rap music. So, and I think a lot of people have said this before. I don't think that I'm the only one that said this before. I mean, look at everybody, especially the rapper that you just mentioned. Look at everybody who did that type of music. Look at where they're at now. Lil Durk. I mean, look at where these rappers are now, man. So, and then look at, and furthermore, what we were talking about earlier, look at all the people who listened to that music and what happened to them. That music just destroyed like a whole ton of black ghettos and still continues to do it, man. I remember I heard one guy saying this too, man, how back in the 90s or back in the days, women didn't really listen to hip hop music like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost feel like today, I don't even want to talk to a girl who listens to like that type of rap. Like if she listens to rap, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I like rap. Like if she's like, oh, I like Drake or something like that, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like all females like Drake. Like that's what Drake makes music for, really. Like to put on some music when you're chilling with a female. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, Drake. I like Drake. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. But if she's like dancing to, you know, Sexy Red and shit, and you know her pussy brown and all this, or pink and you know coochie brown and all that shit, and she's dancing and twerking, I'm like, yo man, fuck that. Like that girl's ratchet. I ain't fucking with her. Or I mean, if she look good, I might hit. But after that, I'm gonna be like, yo. I'm gonna be like, nah, man, I ain't taking you seriously. If that's the type of music you listen to, hey, the type of music you listen to is important. You could go to somebody's house and you could look at their music selection. I would say they're also their book selection, but a lot of people don't read books these days. But you could look at somebody's music selection and you could already tell like what kind of a person they are or what they're thinking about or what's important to them just by the type of music they listen to. So like if a person is telling me that all they listen to is Lil Durk, which I used to know a girl like this. All she did was she listened to Lil Durk and Future and all that type of rap and trap and all that shit all day and just not talking about anything, just, you know, smoking and drinking and getting, you know, just getting faded to that type of music, and that's it, and that's all you listen to. Like if I put something else on, like some Common or something like that, or a rapper that's talking about something and you're like, whatever, but then as soon as like the ratchet music comes on, as soon as the Sexy Red or the Lotto or the Glorilla and these females start coming on talking about, yeah, you know, I can get it wherever I want it. I can get it whenever I want it. You know, talking about all that shit, and she's doing all this. You know, I'm gonna have another video later on. I'm talking about red flags in women, especially in hip hop. But if she's doing all this and she's eating too, and she's like eating a hot wing or eating whatever you call it, some wings. She's eating some wings and she's dancing to Sexy Red, like, yeah. I'll be like, that girl's ratchet, yo. That girl's ratchet, yo. Like, nah, man, you listening to some dumbass shit. And I think it's also some music, furthermore, that's fucking your head up. You know what I'm saying? All the Maker, top 5 rappers. Yeah, I named that earlier. Like I said, I was gonna have to really sit down and do my list, but I definitely got 3 of them for you. Nas, I put at number 1. Biggie, Andre 3000, they could go either or. And then I got to get like 2 more. I haven't really figured out the 2 yet, but definitely those 3. I could definitely tell you those 3 for now. Biggie, Nas, Andre 3000. You know what I'm saying? Those are definitely in my top 5. You know what I'm saying? Thought we almost lost the internet for a minute though. But yeah, you know what? I'll tell you this too, man. After Kendrick Lamar did the Super Bowl, he's creeping up there. He's creeping up there, man. Kendrick Lamar is definitely in my top 10. He's definitely in my top 10, I think. Especially after, Good Kid, Mad City is just so incredible, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I hope you guys are following. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Like I said, man, I've been on here longer than I thought. But if you guys are around, I may jump back up on here 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know where you are or what time that is or the time zone that you guys are in, but I'll say this: it'll be about we could say about 5 to 6 hours from now. Gotta go handle some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Gotta go handle some business, gotta go make some money, you know? Like, you guys see the super chats right up here. I think we see the super chats right up here. Now, if I can get that super chat, we don't have to do it on this stream, but if I do these consistently and I can get that super chat up to like, 200, 300 bucks per stream, then maybe I will stay and do this for 4 or 5 hours. But, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate having these discussions. Like I said, man, I could talk about these discussions for hours, man, but I gotta go make some money. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention I gotta go handle some other. That's the kind of the reasons why sometimes I stop taking social media so seriously, because I'm like, man, this shit is like time consuming, but I gotta make sure that it also reflects into the bank account. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's gotta reflect into the bank account. And that's where I was speaking on some of that real quick about the top 10 series, man. You know what I'm saying? And plus I want to get up out of here because it was actually sunny a little earlier, but now it's looking like it's about to rain. So, I ain't trying to be out there all up in the rain and stuff. Even though I do like the rain, but I ain't trying to be dealing with what I gotta deal with in the rain. But yeah, I'm just saying though that, yeah, man, this is the culture, man. Like, we're gonna have these conversations, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'll jump on here all the time, but I gotta make sure that we start getting some support. And that's why I said too, man, we got the membership. If you guys join the membership, I'm going to start doing more exclusive just streams for members only, Q&A. Like I said, some of y'all that were bringing up some good topics, I'd even like to have you guys on the show with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do like a stream where we have you guys like in a different section and you can come on and say your opinions, because I'm sure that a lot of people like to hear other people's opinions as well. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do that, man. Who knows, man? I might just test this out, dude. I might just test it out. I might just start doing this every day. Like, every day at this time, I think I'll jump on right now. I mean, this has been pretty good. This has been pretty consistent. I might do another one later tonight, and I'm gonna see how that one goes. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, yeah, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all that were coming up in here. If there's any other questions that you guys gotta know, let me know what's up. Cause yeah, I'm about to bounce up out of here. Like I said, man. Hey, we'll make it a full 2 hours. We'll make it a full 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? This will be a record breaker for me, because like I said, man, I was only planning on being on here for about 30 minutes, and now here it is, 2 hours later. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, here we go. You asked, can count 3 movie directors I like. Oh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, man. Spike Lee used to be up there. See, this is why you shouldn't talk about politics. I like Spike Lee. He was one of my favorite directors. Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got some other things I want to show you guys, but I don't even want to show y'all yet, because you know what I'm saying? But I'll say Spike Lee definitely was like one of my top 10. He's still my top 10 directors, but like my favorite, like 3, top 5, top 3. I would have put Spike Lee there, but just, man, the way he was just riding that Democratic Party so hard, I was just like, nah, dude, nah, man, I can't mess with it, dude. I don't know if he was paid off or what. So like, I don't know. When I saw that and how it made me feel, it kind of made me feel like, damn, dude, like, are they paying you? Are you paid off? But then also it's like, it makes me think that once I build the following to what I, to when I get my following to where I want, should I even be political? Should I even talk about politics? Because now it like makes people look at you differently. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe it's good to just not even get involved in politics. But Spike Lee was up there in my top three. I don't know if I can really like name three, but I could just tell you the ones I like. Like Spike Lee, I like Oliver Stone. There's a few others. I don't know. They just ain't coming to me right now. But like, yeah, definitely Spike Lee. Definitely Oliver Stone. Loved a lot of Oliver Stone movies. Still do love a lot of Oliver Stone movies. I like his Joe Rogan episode. That's one of my favorites. You go back and watch that one. That's a good one. There's another director. Let me give you another one, man. Let me take a sip of my nice ice beverage. Oh, this is a classic right here. Speaking of Common. Well, I shouldn't play it though, because they're gonna flag the video. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess I would just have to think of my favorite movies and then think of like who directed it. But yeah, man. I mean, there's so many good movies out there. I'm not really into the superhero movies. I'm into more movies that like kind of like have a message and make you kind of think and are good acting. Yeah, that's probably about it, man, that I can think of off the top of my head, like at this moment in time. I mean, I respect some other directors, like, of course. Oh, yeah, how could I forget, man? Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, he's up there. Quentin Tarantino, yeah. Even though I don't like the fact that he says that he wants to use the word nigga all the time in his movies, I don't agree with that part. But, come on, like Pulp Fiction, Django, a few other movies that he did. Classics, man. Classics. So it's like, yeah, definitely I would have, like, Quentin Tarantino could probably be definitely in my top three favorite movie directors. I'd have to think about the other two. But, yeah, man. I mean, there's some good movies. See, that's another thing, too, man. There's some good movies out there, but are they making movies like the way they used to? It almost seems like everything has just gone down, man. And you know what? That's where we might leave it at, man. That might be the follow-up. The follow-up video I do later this evening, maybe that's what we can discuss, man, is the music and the movies have taken a downfall. I mean, and I'll say this too real quick, man. Look at how many movies are just all about the same shit, or all about superhero movies, like the new Spider-Man is coming out. Oh, the new Spider-Man is coming out. As if they haven't done that movie 20,000 times since the year 2000 with Tobey Maguire. Or the new Batman is coming back out. Oh, the new Joker. And everybody was like, oh man, that new Joker was trash. The one with Lady Gaga. I already knew that. I didn't even see the movie. I just already knew it was going to be trash. Okay, I still haven't even seen the movie yet. But it's just like, yo, how many times are you going to regurgitate the Marvel Universe? It's like they don't even have the ideas anymore. There's no original creative ideas. You know what I'm saying? It's just, oh, the new Robert Downey Jr. is now going to be in another Marvel movie, and then now we're going to change. Well, didn't they have like the new Captain America? Speaking of Eminem, where Papa Doc from 8 Mile is now playing Captain America. It's just like, oh, you know what? It's like somebody at the studio said, you know what? We need to make Captain America black now. I'll even say, as a black man, I think that that's corny. Just keep Captain America who he is, man. Like who the actor is. What was his name? Chris Evans or something? He did a good job with that, man. Just let him be Captain America. Why do you have to change Captain? Well, because it's the Marvel Universe. So it doesn't matter. We can change it up now. It's the Marvel Universe. I mean, that shit is so stupid to me. Like, I can't even believe that there's people out here that get paid for this. This is the reason why I feel like, man, y'all got to support the channel, man. Y'all got to support the channel. Everything helps, man. Even $1 helps. You know what I'm saying? Even if you guys just donate $1 to this Cash App, or to this, whatever this is, the super chat. But then I also got the Cash App, also got the PayPal. €1, $1, £1, wherever part of the world that you're in, it all helps, man. It'll convert to my currency. But this is what I'm saying, man. I can't believe that some people are actually out here getting paid for this. Like, some people are getting paid to just think of these ideas and say, oh, well, yeah, should we sit down and should we like have an idea and like really sit down and write a movie from scratch. That's just a whole original idea. You know what I'm saying? Like Stephen King. Okay, I'm not. I mean, yeah, I'm a Stephen King fan. I'll say that. It's like Stephen King actually sits down, and he's another guy that just went overboard with his politics. But Stephen King is another one who's like Misery. I remember seeing that movie as a kid, and like, damn, this is a crazy movie. And still seeing that movie today, it's still a crazy movie. You know, I'm not into horror, but The Exorcist. I mean, come on, man. Rosemary's Baby. These are movies that make you think. These are movies that came out like in the 60s, the 70s, something like that. Or yeah, 70s, I think. And they're still like crazy to this day. Like if you go and you watch that movie today, you still will get like this eerie, like weird feeling like, oh, like damn. You know what I'm saying? But like the movies that come out today, it's just like Martin Scorsese put it best. I forgot how he said it, but I think he said it like it's just like you're going on, it's amusement park or something like that. He said they're amusement park movies. You know what I mean? They're just movies that just have a lot of action and super, you know, special effects and stuff like that. Superheroes that just get you like looking here, looking there. Oh. You know, you're just entertained by all the graphics and the CGI graphics, but there's not really anything of substance. Yo, shout you out, you sell $1.36 Turkish Libra. By the way, yep, man. Yeah, 1 US dollar. Hey, if it's even in your currency, man, I appreciate all the support that we can get so we can continue to do these things and move these things forward, man. I'll tell you right now, and I thank you for saying that. And like I said, man, whatever you guys can contribute, I definitely appreciate it because that's what I'm doing here on YouTube now, man. I am building a community on here. And I'm also going to think about starting a Patreon too as well. And the Patreon, I'm thinking is going to be more of like the exclusive videos, like the videos that you can't really talk about on YouTube. Because let me tell you guys something, man. I got a lot of things that I want to talk about that I don't think you can talk about on YouTube. I don't think you can talk about it on YouTube or on any really platform other than maybe Patreon and Rumble. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I'm going to do some like more exclusive content for those that are paying and for those that I feel like deserve to hear the message. Because like I said, man, I feel like I got a lot of gems to drop. I got a lot of jewels, man. And whatever you can contribute, man. If 36 Turkish Libra, or is it Lira? I remember when I was out there. Yeah, you're right. Turkish Lira. And just to show you that I've been to Turkey, here, let me show you this just in case you don't believe me. Look, man. I'm going to show you this before I get up out of here. Hope they don't try to flag this. They may try to flag this video because of the music, but just to show you that I've been to Turkey, for those that don't believe me, I still keep all my money from around the world. Like if I'm like a CIA agent, I still keep all my money from around the world in a box. I believe this right here, if you guys can see that, or maybe I'll put it this way, that's from Turkey, right? It's been a minute since I've been out there, so I can't really remember, but I still kept some of the money from other countries, you know what I'm saying? It was about 50. So whatever you guys can contribute, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I still got this too, you know? Just to show you guys, man, I've been over the world, you know what I mean? I've been over. I still got some euros. I got my euros right here. You know, pretty cool. They put the flag right there, you know what I'm saying? I got, this one's going to trip you guys out really hard. The Egyptian money. The Egyptian money is cool, man. I like the Egyptian money. You know what I'm saying? This is 20 Egyptian pounds. They got I believe that's the Mosque of Muhammad Ali right there. And then look how they got this, you know, they got the Pharaoh on the horse. Pretty dope, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man. Whatever you guys can support. Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. This isn't Turkish. This is Ukraine. This is Ukraine. You're right. This is from Ukraine. But Ukraine was like right around the corner. Yeah, you're right. So just show you guys, I've been to Ukraine. I've been to Ukraine. That's why the whole thing was like interesting. Oh yeah, this is Brazil right here. I got my Brazilian money, my reais or reais, whatever they call it. So yeah, man, you know, little souvenirs. It kind of reminds me, I like to look at the money like it reminds me of like, Yeah, man, I remember I did this. And that's when you know you've gone far. Is like when you have to like count the money from other countries and you have to like figure out like, okay, how much does this transfer over to in US dollars, or am I getting ripped off here or am I not getting ripped off? You know, you got to kind of like learn the money. I think I got some Turkish coins here. I'm not sure, but you know, not that we got to get all into that, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, whatever you guys can contribute in your own dollars or your own whatever it is, all helps. I think this is it right here. Is that from Turkey? I think this coin is from Turkey. If you guys can see that. I think I got this at a Turkey airport. Not sure. Can't really see it. Hmm. So Centrafos. Like I said, it's been a minute, man. Dang, like you can't see it. That's like the smallest coin. Oh yeah, you're right. This is Brazil. This is Brazil. I know I got something from Turkey up in here, because I know I was eating at your guys' restaurants at Istanbul. I was definitely. Is this it? Maybe this is it. Now you make me want to find this. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. What about this? Is this Turkey? I thought that was from Turkey. Maybe I think this one is. This is like a little coin from there. I don't know. Thought this was. Let me see. It's kind of hard to see, man. I don't know why they have their coins like so small. Their coins are like super small, man. But I know what you guys. I know the Turkey. That's the great thing about Turkey, and that's the great thing about Ukraine is that if you have U.S. dollars, you can go there and eat. Here we go. Found it. Found it, Yusel. Here you go. This is Turkey right here. Here we go. Found it. This is it, right? From Turkey, right? It says right there. It says right there, Turkey. It says right there, Turkey, right? See, you thought I was playing, huh? You thought I was BSing you. Told you I've been to Turkey. Told you, Istanbul. As a matter of fact, oh yeah, I only got this. This one's crazy. This is Ukraine. This one looks crazy though. Like, look at that guy. Look at that guy on that bill. I always looked at this. I was like, whoa, who's that guy? I was like, I gotta look that guy up, man. But yeah, you thought I was playing with you. See, I try to do that when I travel to different countries. I try to keep money from wherever country I went to. I always just keep it as a souvenir. So yeah, man, I got my turkey tin right here. This is great. I'm not sure how much this transfers over into US dollars, but you're right. I know the US dollars way more. So, but that's the good thing I said I like about traveling, man. And I want to spend some more time in Turkey too. I haven't really had a chance to like spend time out there. I was always just, kind of just stopping in and for a layover, and that was it. But man, I got to tell you, you guys got great food out there. I thought that the food out there was better than. I thought that some of the food at the Turkey airport was better than some of the restaurants that were in America. Like some of the expensive 5-star restaurants in America. I feel like the food in Turkey airport was better. So, and I'll tell you this, man, the one good thing I could say about Ukraine, best steak I ever had was in Ukraine. That was the best steak I ever had, man. And I paid probably about $50 US dollars for it, which is still kind of, it's not like the steak that I got in Ukraine, they call it kind of Eastern Russia too. But the steak I got out there for $50 would have cost me like $100 in the US. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you're right. You can travel to other countries and live a higher lifestyle, man, and eat pretty good. And you're right. If you're spending US dollars out there, it's like it's almost amazing how good you can eat out there for such a little bit of money compared to in the United States, where the food is like, if you want to eat good out here, it's like super expensive. Super expensive. It's gotten to the point to where it's even expensive for Americans. Like, Americans can't even afford to eat good in America. It's almost like, and that's what goes back to the point that I was making earlier, that it's almost like you have to be making at least $100,000 a year. You have to be, which is nothing bad. You should strive for that. You should strive for that. Look, just so you ain't be sick. Look, I actually got 2 of them. I got 2. So, you know what I'm saying? I got 20. So when I go back to Turkey, it's like I'm already ready. I got some money. And like, do I need to change the currency? No, I got some money already. Like, I'm ready. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. It's good to get out and travel, man. It's good to see other things going on in the world. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Whatever you guys can donate. Maybe I'll start doing these every day. Maybe I'll start jumping on here all the time. Thank you guys for the likes that came in. Thank y'all that were following. Thank y'all that, you know what I mean? I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. Because like I said, man, I plan to do these like every day. Like, if I said your name right, Yusil, thank you, fam. I appreciate y'all. I hope you follow the channel because I'm going to do more of these. And that's what I said, man. It's all about bringing up a community. You know what I'm saying? All the Maker, shout you out. Sunny, shout you out. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go back and just shout out a few people that were very vocal and were big in the stream. Mole, shout you out. Machiavelli, shout you out. Real, shout you out. Blaze TV, shout you out. You know, of course, Thunderdam Beats, shout you out. Diddy, saw you up in here. Shout you out, man. Even though we don't do the baby oil over here, but shout you out, man. The Way Archives, shout you out. T3 Production, shout you out. Let's see, did I forget anybody? Stream Bing, shout you out. I wanted to hear more from you, Stream Bing. So if you watch the replay of this, let's get into that talk, man. We were talking about slavery. Let's get into that talk later. Shinobi, shout you out, man. The haters, shout you out. I'm not going to say your names, but I'll just say shout you guys out too. RM, shout you out. And of course, Eric, shout you out, man. You were one of the ones that got it started up in here. Thank you, fam. Thank you, Jake. And thank you to you haters that were hate watching, but I know you guys really just love me and just don't want to say it. But yeah, man, hope you guys are following. And I'm serious. I'm not trying to say this to sound like just another YouTuber. I really hope you're following because as you guys see, man, I'm acknowledging what's going on here. We're going to have these discussions. That's what the whole point of this stream is for. This whole stream is for to bring some real consciousness back. And that's what I feel like my job is here to do. I feel like that's what I'm here to do. I feel like nobody can really do it better than me. I feel like the people that were doing it are not around no more, not here no more, or just don't have the influence anymore. So I feel like it's time to get back out there and drop this truth, man. And I think that the people who follow off of this stream are probably different or possibly different than the people who follow off of the long form videos or the shorts videos. So I think that it's good to come on here and we're going to build up this community so we can really get this thing going. And like I said, if we really get this thing going, I'm going to take it to the next level, man. I may be up on here every day. Okay, like I said, man, if that super chat was at least $300, I probably would stay on here for another 3 hours. But because it's not, I gotta go make some money, yo. Which is cool with me, because I'm gonna go do something I love to do. And I'm gonna make money while I'm doing it. Let's get this up so this could be another thing that we all love to do. And we're all helping each other. And who knows, man? All of y'all that were coming in from different countries, I appreciate you. I may be in a city near you very soon because I'm planning on taking this on tour as well. I'm not just going to be one of these internet personalities. Yo, man, as y'all knew earlier from this call, yo, dude, I rap too. You know what I'm saying? I don't rap all the time like I used to, but I still rap. And what I'm saying is that I know what it's like to get in front of a crowd, and I love the feeling of being in front of a crowd. So we ain't going to just be doing this all on the internet. I may come to a city near y'all, and man, we could have these talks in person and stream it to the world. Plus, we can also do this in the metaverse. I'm actually thinking about starting to do some stuff in the metaverse. So like I said, man, I hope that y'all are following so we can continue to get this going and keep it up. But yeah, man, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for watching. Tune into the next one. I may do another one later tonight, maybe 6 hours or so. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Before I jump out, you still, because you've been supportive, I want to make sure I got your last question. Uh, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard whatever that was. I have not heard that, but I'll tell you what, man. DM me or send the links. Send the links. If you're following the channel, I put this link in the post. If you guys look in the community tab and you see my post, send me the link on the post and I'll check it out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, from Kendrick. Probably, man. I don't know which album it is. Is that To Pimp a Butterfly? I probably know the song, probably just don't know. I don't know every single Kendrick Lamar song. I mean, Kendrick Lamar got like hundreds of songs by now, right? So I don't know every Kendrick Lamar song, but if I hear it, I'll probably listen to it. But the line, hey, but okay, gotcha. Yeah, Euphoria is one of my favorite songs by Kendrick. Euphoria is one of my favorites. I think that he definitely crushed Drake with that song. I think he definitely crushed Drake in this battle so bad that Drake had to go file a lawsuit, which we all know about. But yes, Kendrick definitely destroyed Drake's character with that song, with where he says also the line, "Your superpower is getting neutralized." He's not a rap artist; he's a scam artist. Clever man, clever man. But you guys gotta put that in the links. Hey, if you guys come up with anything that you think, put it in the links, and I'm gonna check it out, man. I'm gonna check it out. Like I said, yo, I'm gonna jump back on here. Hey, I've been on here for over 2 hours, yo, almost 2.5 hours. Okay, I've got to go, but I appreciate it, man. It's like now when I'm getting ready to jump off, all you guys want to ask questions now. Where I'm from, I'm in Texas right now, man, but I'm from LA. I'm from the same city as Kendrick, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm from LA. I didn't stay in Compton, but I have stayed in Compton for a little. But yeah, man, I'm from the same city as I'm from LA, Los Angeles, man. But in Texas right now. But yeah, you guys tune in, follow the channel. I'm gonna be back on here in about 10:30 Eastern, maybe 10:30, 11ish, and tomorrow's Friday. So hopefully some of y'all will be up late or early wherever you are in the world. All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go do some work. I appreciate y'all though, man. Try to check us out later. All right. Hopefully you follow, like, and subscribe. Thank y'all. Peace. Yeah. Hopefully.